Hi, this is Ross Payton. Welcome to the Season 2 finale of Ludonarrative Dissidents. In this special actual play, we'll be playing Dungeon Crawl Classics, but before we get to the episode, we have a bit of news. On Saturday, December 16th at 2300 UTC, which is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, Greg, James, and I will go live for an hour of discussion, conversation, and answering your questions. This live stream will be broadcast on the RPPR Twitch and YouTube accounts, and we'll have links in the show notes of this episode. If you miss the live stream, the YouTube version will stay up afterwards. So mark your calendars, December 16th at 2300 UTC or 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central in America. Anyways, on with the show. Thank you so much for listening to this. We'll have Season 3 coming up on Kickstarter next year, early next year. Hello, and welcome to the Season 2 finale of Ludonarrative Dissidents. This is our actual play episode. For this episode, we're doing Dungeon Crawl Classics, a published module called Hole in the Sky. This is DCC 86, a level 0 adventure by Brendan J. LaSalle. And so this is part of our lead-in into Season 3, because in Season 3 we're going to be looking at published modules, published adventures. And so in our season, I think for our episode 0 of Season 3, we'll be talking about this module. But first, let's play it to find out what it's like. So we have a few guests with us, because this is recommended for 4 to 6 players. This is a peasant funnel. And a peasant funnel is where each player gets control of 4 level 0 characters, and the idea is you feed them through this funnel, which is really more of a meat grinder, and any character that survives gets a character class level. They actually get to become a full adventurer. So they're right now just level 0 peasants with 1d4 hit points to their name, and maybe a stick or a goat if they're lucky, and we'll be introducing them. But we have 2 guests with us here today. So first off, we have V from Queen's Court Games, I believe.
Yes, that is me. I'm the art director and co-founder over at Queen's Court Games, actually.
Great. And we'll have you introduce your characters in a little bit, but our other guest is Gareth Hanrahan, who we've actually talked about, or his work on Ludonarrative Dissidents. He's wrote the Laundry Files RPG. He's written the Pirates of Dranaxi, I think, for Traveler, which we mentioned in our Traveler episode, and many, many other things.
Many other things.
Yes. So we'll have some links in the show notes to their social media profiles or Queen's Court Games or website, whatever, and
where you can buy Gareth's latest novel. I need to pick that up.
Yeah. And of course we have Greg Stolze and James Wallace.
Hello.
Hey. So yes, this is a realm of fantasy, and all of your characters, each of you have 4 peasants, as I mentioned, have been living normal lives until you all begin to feel like you're living the wrong lives, and have since as long as you can remember, each of you believe that you were destined for something much greater, but you can't find a way to escape your mundane existence. Then the dreams began. Each of you individually began to have dreams of an alluring woman dressed in blue, in finery, face shrouded in shadows, who confirms what you've believed your entire life, that your true destiny has been snatched away by sinister forces. Become my ally, she intones in a ghostly tapestry of indistinct voices, and your enemies shall become my enemies, and together we shall take back the life that was promised to you by the stars. Come and find me at the cliff. The dreams continue until you can no longer ignore them. All of you become obsessed with the dreams, to the point where all of you abandon your lives and pin all of your hopes and dreams on finding this mysterious cliff. So all of you travel days, as if in a daze, perhaps as if in a fever dream, dictated by strange omens and portents. Sometimes bandits stopped you, but upon seeing the look on your faces, left you to your ways, pitying you as madmen or women. And you continue your journey unmolested by these brigands. Eventually, your waking visions lead to the characters to arrive at the same time at a cliff overlooking the ocean. So, V, why don't you introduce your four peasants?
Absolutely. So the first peasant in my group, her name is Lassie Acornfoot. She is a halfling vagrant, and her friends among the community would actually describe her as a bit of a herbo. She's friends with another really close friends, like fifth cousins, twice removed, or whatever they say, with another halfling vagrant named Turnip. You'll meet him later. But you know, she's got a heart of gold, but she's not the brightest crayon in the box. But what she lacks in intelligence, she makes up for in strength. Next, we have Hester, Hester the Jester, who is just full of delusions of grandeur. Really, really, really wants to make a name for themselves within this space, kind of become the share of the realm. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure it's gonna work out for them, but we'll see. Third is Laura Rona Woodflower. She goes by Laura. She's an elven sage. She's very soft. She's very gentle. She's also incredibly destroyed by the Dunning-Kruger effect. But you know, she doesn't know it, so it's fine. And then last but not least is Doris Miscabel. Doris is a dock worker, and she is a very, very hard worker. She's incredibly lucky. Everything just kind of always seems to work out for her. But the one thing that she doesn't really have going for her is, even though she's a dock worker, she's not the strongest. So that's kind of why, you know, the luck is so important for her. But this is a great plucky little group, and I'm very excited to see what happens to them.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go great for all of them. You're just on your adventure. It's for your greater destiny.
Yeah.
So next up,
What could go wrong, Ross?
What could go wrong? What's the worst that could happen? Gareth, please tell us about your team.
Right, this team of miscreants. We shall start with Antlebuck, who is a former woodcutter. Of the four of them, he's probably the most most have been adventurer. Because he's got that sort of rugged Aragorn-esque features, and kind of actually handle a weapon-ish. He has a hand axe. Go, yeah. We have the aforementioned Turnip, who, if you imagine Pigpen from Snoopy, he basically sort of
There are two characters named Turnip?
No, same Turnip. He's a cousin of, or bit cousin of Lassie Acornfoot. Yeah, indeed. It's all half his own, Greg. You should know this. The final two, we have Kellofen Kerrigost, and he will take exception to be described as a peasant. He is a hybrid elven barrister, if you imagine, Elric as a law student, basically. He has a requisite frilly shirt, and great personal angst and trauma. Obviously, a great destiny awaits him, but he's brought along staff to deal with the actual getting the destiny. The staff is the long-suffering servant Wembley, who is considerably smart than his employer, but cursed with terrible clumsiness.
Sure, that won't be a problem.
I imagine he's sort of an ablative servant.
Mm-hmm. All right. Great. And James, I'm looking forward to these characters.
Okay, Greg, you want to go first?
Oh, you want to end with you, huh? All right.
Just being polite.
Giselle McBolt, a rope maker. Giselle is. I haven't really figured anything out. I'm going to play to discover her inner nature. Whereas old Mr. Cackles the Gravedigger is. I mean,
Jesus.
He's just. He heard about this hole in this guy, and he's like, time to go to work. So he insists that his last name is actually pronounced Kagol. So
I'm not sure that's better, Greg.
But it was his father's name and his father's name before and his grandfather's name before that. It's but yeah, he's a charmer. Wasn't one of your characters a ditch digger? Or
Yep.
I think it's James who's got the ditch digger. Yeah, he's going to completely look down on the ditch digger. And then you've got the Charleses, Mrs. Ambrietta Charles and Mr. Charles Charles. And Charles is a beadle, which is a kind of, it's like an usher or a town crier, but for a church. You know, like the guy he's not a priest or even a deacon, but like takes care of all the stuff that needs to get organized and arranged. So yeah, he's the guy with the thankless task of keeping everything orderly at the Chaos Church and making sure that the worship of Ariok starts exactly at 9.
Oh, Jesus.
Promptly. Leads the chorus, makes sure they're in tune, and volubly professes his love of chaos, but but his house is extremely tidy. And his wife is Ambrietta, who is a costermonger, and just is this tiny, frail woman with asthma.
I've just seen her stats. Oh my god, yes, that is who she is.
Oh no.
She's
Oh man,
Yeah.
married couple. This is going to be interesting.
old Mr. Cackles cannot. He just looks at her, and you can see in his eyes that he's like, "Oh yeah, I bet she'd go all the way to coffin, and it wouldn't be. You'd save money on that coffin because it's just no, she's still alive. I can't mentally write her off yet."
All right. And then finally, James.
Okay, I've got Philipson, who is a caravan guard, and we'll let you know about it, and we'll talk about it at length, talking about his many anecdote about being a caravan. He only has the one anecdote, but he will tell it repeatedly. He has a strong opinion of his own personality.
That?
He believes he is the smartest person in the room, regardless of who else is in the room. That's him. He will try and chat you up, very probably. Then there is Grundig, the ditch digger. She's a philosophical ditch digger. She digs ditches and thinks about it a lot. Quiet, mostly, very good with a spade. And then we have the Braunstone cousins, dwarven stonemasons, Bosch Braunstone and his younger cousin, Dirk Braunstone. They hate each other. Dirk hates Braunstone because he is older and therefore regarded more highly by the rest of the family, despite being appallingly bad as a stonemason and just bringing stonemasonry into disrepute. Bosch would hate Dirk as much as Dirk hates Bosch, except Bosch is too stupid to hate Dirk that much. Bosch is so stupid that despite being a dwarf, he can't speak his own language. He can only speak common. So Bosch hates Dirk because Dirk is simply a good stonemason. He's good at what he's supposed to do. They loathe each other, finding each other at this cliff. The hatred radiating off each other. It is a marvel that they haven't killed each other in the 350 years they've known each other. Anyway, that's the Braunstones.
There's still time.
Yeah. All of you arrive exhausted and confused at the cliff overlooking the ocean. The scene is exactly as it appeared to you in your dreams, and you are suddenly grateful, as this must mean that you are not insane. There at the edge of the cliff is the woman who has haunted your dreams for months, standing behind a long table set for a banquet here in this very wild place. The woman is nearly 7 feet tall, wearing tattered finery of deepest blue, and for the first time you see her face. Somehow, her head is that of a statue of a woman. Her features are inanimate and softened as if rain and wind had eroded the statue head over time. In her left hand, she holds 2 severed human heads by their hair. In her right hand, she holds 3. As you approach, she holds up all 5 as if to greet you with their dead faces. Then those dead eyes open, and the 5 heads speak to you in unison, each in their own voice. Welcome, brave friends. I know you have many questions, but let them wait for now. I know you must be exhausted from your journey. Sit, eat, and rest. All of your questions shall be answered this day. You notice that one of the heads, a pale-skinned outlander with bright red hair, speaks in a foreign tongue. So yeah, there is a massive feast. There's meat, bread, cheese, vegetables, and wine. And also, you notice of every 10 dishes, 8 are fresh and delicious, but 2 are visibly rotted or otherwise despoiled. There's mutton, there's a plate of mutton, but it has maggots on it. There's a bowl of berries, green with fungus. So, do I assume all of you are exhausted and probably fairly hungry? Do all of you sit and eat, or any of your characters doing something different?
Bosch sits down and eats.
All right.
He's hungry. It's food. That
All right.
makes sense to him. Dirk is, because he's that kind of stonemason, is trying to work out something about the workmanship of the stonework of the statue's face. Does it betray anything about the makers? Is it distinctively human, elven, dwarfish craftsmanship?
Roll.
Or the style of face itself?
Yeah, roll an intelligence check. D20 plus your intelligence bonus.
Okay, I'm going to roll an actual dice.
Okay.
Yes, that's an actual dice. And that's a 1. So that will be no. Getting things off to a fine start.
This.
Oh, no, that's not stone. That's just a skin condition. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he does get a +1 on that, but that's 2.
Yeah. Natural 1 is still a natural 1. Yeah. Anyone else doing anything unusual, or are you all just sitting? Let me know if you're going to eat any of the bad food.
Of my group, Turnip was we going to distinguish between the bad food and good foods. All food, as far as he's concerned. So he'll basically be grabbing what he can.
Okay.
Cellophane, being a cultured, respectful, diplomatic fellow, but not super bright, will grab his servant Wembley and hold Wembley up by the scruff of the neck as if Wembley is a severed head and go, "Thank you for this feast."
Ambrietta is going to draw on her experience as a costermonger to examine the food more closely.
Okay.
And that is a 17 on costermongery.
Okay, what do you want to know about the food?
What is up with the gross bad food? Is it just pretending to be gross and bad? Is it actually gross and bad? Is the good food actually gross and bad also?
You realize, given the nature of your host, there might be some hidden occult or mystical meaning to trying the food. She clearly, perhaps this is a test of some kind.
Ooh-ee, here's a nice piece of fish. Yeah, she'll eat the nice piece of fish.
So she's not eating any of the bad food?
No.
Okay, all right. V, was there anything you wanted to do with any of your characters, or are you just going to sit down and eat?
Doris, she lived through famine, so bad food doesn't really bother her. And Doris is, like I said, she's an incredibly hard worker. So I actually think that she, because of how many of us there are, she would be worried about food, like making sure that everybody has enough food. So she might actually go for the bad food because she knows that like she can stomach it.
All right, yeah, it tastes bad, but it does not cause your stomach to rumble. It does not seem to. It is not making you ill to eat it, but it does taste like it should, like it looks. It's very bad, but it doesn't cause you to throw up or anything. So make a note of that on your character that you've had the bad food.
Okay.
All right. And after you've all sort of wolf down the food ravenously as you've been quite hungry, you all sort of like slow down and take your breath, and then gazes start turning towards back the woman in blue, and she begins to speak. Thank you, friends, for taking the dangerous journey to be here. I know each of you, your minds and your heart, and yet I must keep my identity veiled. If I were even to think my true name, it would instantly be sensed by our enemies, and they would race here to break our fellowship and confound our plans. Please let me be known to you as the Lady in Blue. Trust that I am a friend, and no, not one that would mislead you. And know this. Yeah.
Charles gives her a big wink and is like, "Oh, I think I'm fully aware of who you represent." Big wink, makes some kind of chaos hand sign.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's very stone face, so you do not get an expression back. The 5 heads turn slightly towards you, or at least one of them does.
Okay. Is this the head speaking, or is this her speaking?
It is the 5 heads. All the 5 heads. Yeah, the stone head does not speak. She is speaking entirely through the severed heads.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
she's just stuff in his face.
All right. Our enemies, who are all the enemies of all right-thinking people of this world, have kept you from living the lives you are meant to live. Each of you was born under the wrong stars, a misfortune fostered upon you by our enemies, but I wish to be your ally. I can set this misfortune straight. If you wish to have me for an ally, I ask just this, that tonight, when the full moon reaches the top of the sky, you step off that cliff and onto an invisible bridge that does not yet exist, but shall exist tonight. The bridge will take you on a long journey across the ocean. The journey will be difficult, and some of you may not live to see its end, but those who do shall find the hole in the sky, a porthole to another world. That world is a prison, and its warden is a titan, a fierce creature that cannot be slain by mortal means. The titan keeps a prisoner in a cage of alderwood. Its prisoner is our ally, and to say her name aloud would give my presence away to our enemies. The Lady in Blue takes a cup of wine from the banquet table and carefully pours it there on the dusty ground. For a moment, you see a word there, written there. Dresda, which I will put in the group chat so you can see how it's spelled. A moment later, a massive beetles bubble up from the earth and devour the word. An instant later, they disappear, leaving only bare ground. Never speak the name aloud. Friends, I would ask that you would take this bridge tonight under the full moon to the hole in the sky. Free our ally. Those who do shall be my trusted friends, and I shall set their stars right with this. The Lady in Blue gestures, and you hear an immense tearing noise, as if the spinning of the world was grinding to a halt. Incredibly, a seam opens in the morning sky, and you are looking through it into another world, where a massive black monolith is the epicenter of what seems like the mother of all storms. The wind blows so hard, you are all shoved back several feet, almost to the edge of the cliff. As your eyes adjust, you can see that the monolith is actually the edge of an immense black wheel. The wheel turns slowly and seems to be made of the night sky itself. You see stars clustered in groups or shining alone in its surface. As it spins, you feel as if reality might slip from beneath your feet at any moment. You clearly hear every word the Lady in Blue speaks despite the hurricane winds. This is the Wheel of Destiny, one of the posters of the universe. For each brave friend who aids in the rescue of our ally and returns, I shall allow them to spin it once. One time, and the true destiny you are meant for shall be yours. With a gesture, the lady closes the seam in the morning sky. The winds dissipate. You see that the remnants of your feast have all been blown into the ocean.
Wanted some more of those grapes.
Lassie's arm is just straight up, as if she has a question.
And Ambrietta just looks at all this and says, "Cooey."
Bosch is still stuffing his face.
Yeah. Do you agree to the quest?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, but I have a question first. Lassie, like pointing at her now raised or her still raised hand.
The Lady in Blue says nothing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take your silence then as like a go ahead, ask your question because you're not telling me not to. So you mentioned this bridge that's invisible now, but will not. No. Okay, sorry. You mentioned a bridge that will be invisible and is not there now, but will be there later tonight. If it's invisible, how will we know that it's there?
Let's see. Who said they were agreeing to the quest first?
Probably Giselle.
All right, the Lady in Blue. Been slightly over, kisses them on the forehead with one of her severed heads, and then sinks down into the earth. In the blink of an eye, she is gone without a trace.
Lassie's gonna look around at the group and just be like, that wasn't an answer to my question, right? Like, she didn't say, like, that my question went unanswered.
Don't worry about it, Gazelle says. I got rope. I'm a rope maker. And we'll tie you off, so if you can't find it, you won't fall. Gives you a clap on the back.
But if it's invisible and we can't see it, Lassie is struggling with this concept right now. She does not, it's not making sense to her.
You must have faith, Charles says.
All right.
And then, worries a little more at the turkey leg that he was working on.
So
the Lords of Chaos will provide. Throws the bone in the ocean.
Philip says, I once guided a caravan with some priest on it, and he talked a lot about the importance of belief. I didn't really listen, as I was drunk for most of it. But he was quite an important priest, and he said a lot about belief. So I think if we just believe that the thing's there, it'll all work out. After all, we're destined. We all have the dreams. It's meant to be.
Yes, we are the destined heroes of destiny, Mr. Cackles says, looking at the halfling vagrant dubiously.
The halfling vagrant under the table.
Yeah.
Still gobbling food.
Why us? She didn't say why. We're not exactly the heroes of yore, are we?
Well, we're supposed to be, says Elephant. Our destinies have been misplaced or misfiled in some celestial filing system, which is apparently a giant wheel, which seems...
Haven't you ever been sitting there making your rope and thinking, I was meant for better than this? I was meant for better than blistered fingers and hemp all day, all night, just hemp, 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 and when you get to do a tricky splice... That's an exciting day at work.
Yeah.
Haven't you felt you were better than that? She just sort of looks at you and starts making a noose.
Yeah, they're all of you could talk a little bit, and you sort of like at least learn each other's names, right? Some of you know each other, but some of you don't. But yeah, it is morning right now, and she did say at the full moon. When the full moon rises to the top of the sky, so you have some time to kill.
Are there any trees around?
Yeah, there are trees. There are. You are by a cliff. Also, you do know that there is a village within walking distance of here. So yeah, you could go to the village if you wanted to trade.
I feel we should do is get organized and assemble some sort of collective supply. You sir, you're a woodcutter. Perhaps we could cut some torches. I mean, not me, but you, because you're the expert.
Okay. So I'll just go to each player, and you can sort of ask me how each of your squad is going to spend their time. And everyone who goes to the village will treat that separately, but anyone who just wants to like forage the nearby forest or wilderness and make torches or whatever, you can do that. So we'll start with V. Which of your characters do you want to send to the village, and which do you want to have them rest or gather supplies or whatever?
I think Laura and Hester are probably going to go to the village because, Jester Sage, they're not great in the wilderness. And I think Dora and Lassie. Lassie's going to be trying to figure out the bridge thing. But also, helping to forage. And Doris, she's handy, so they'll stay behind.
They'll stay behind, just kind of looking at the cliff. Yeah.
Right. Lassie will be looking at the cliff. She'll be like throwing stuff off it and like just trying to test it. But Doris will be assisting in carrying things that people are, cutting, like trees that are getting cut or things like that. Just kind of gathering stuff.
Okay, so she'll assist whoever is making torches or whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good. So we'll do Greg. How are your characters going to spend their time?
The men will stay and do the work, and the women will go to the town to do marketing.
Okay.
And Charles will pool his starting funds with Ambrietta.
Okay. So the people, the what are they trying to make in torches? Was that
torches? I mean, what else is useful?
That
10
is a
foot,
very good question.
Straight 10-foot poles.
Okay,
he's got a staff, but you need a poking stick.
Yeah.
You need a hitting stick and a poking stick.
You do need both. That tracks. So if you have an appropriate profession, you can add a +1, but otherwise, I guess it would probably be. I would allow you to use whatever attribute you want for a bonus, aside from luck or personality. I could see
to make torches.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, stamina, strength, agility, intelligence.
Sure. Well, Cackles is using strength because for an old bald guy, once he pulls his shirt off, he's like jacked. Like, oh, that's a man who digs all day.
All right, so V's character is helping you make torches, so you get an additional +2 bonus from that. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Cackles gets a 2. So that's a total of 4. This probably has to do with his agility being -1.
Okay.
So he has, created this nice stack of 2-foot long, evenly spaced sticks. And then as he turns around to go get more, he slips and knocks them over the cliff edge.
Yep. Yeah, you don't make a single usable... at the end of the day, you have 0 usable torches.
Yeah, Charles, with his agility of 13, gets a 5.
All right.
He is just trying to wrap sticks with...
Well, you found sticks. You didn't find resin or anything to wrap it up with, so yeah. Turns out it's a little harder to do than you were led to believe.
He's just got these basically twigs with like dried out frill mushrooms wedged on the top because he heard those burn good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So just get those bad rolls out of the way first. You'll James.
Okay. Bosch is going to continue eating. It's what he does best.
Okay. There's some scraps that were not blown over, so you can eat those. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any wine left as well?
No, the wine's definitely all spilled.
I remember you. You are Bosch the stonemason, oui?
Yeah.
You misspelled when our mayor died. You misspell his name. You misspell his name on his tombstone.
No. That wouldn't be me. I don't write things.
All right.
I mason the stone. I mason it very well.
Mm-hmm.
You also have this little divot in it, and we tried to take it back, and the man say no refund. If the dead mayor want refund, he come and get refund.
Well, did he?
No.
If he didn't come, then he's happy.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
so Bosch is eating what he can.
Yeah.
Phillips will try and make some torches in a kind of desultory way, though clearly he feels this is slightly below him. Agility roll?
Sure, yeah.
That would be a 5, so no, he is, yeah.
You're all very bad at making torches.
They're very bad.
We are going to die trying to make 5 before we reach the first monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dirk is looking at the cliff, trying to work out where this bridge is going to appear, if there's any kind of support structure for it, any sign of there having been a bridge there previously, anything like that, while at the same time not letting Bosch out of his sight for a moment, because he doesn't trust him. And Grundig is thinking mostly, looking at the table, looking at the stuff around the table, looking for anything that you can't just kind of wave your hand in there and go, oh, it's probably magic. Something that... How long has the table been there, would she guess?
It's pretty weathered. It is... give me an intelligence check.
Okay, intelligence 14. That's a 5 as well. I hate this dice.
Yeah.
So that would be 6 with the modifier.
All right, yeah, no, it's sure is a table. It's about all you can gather.
The table probably has candles on it, and none of us have even thought to grab them.
Yeah. Oh no! Well, if there were candles, they were all knocked off. Remember, there was very strong wind when we saw the Wheel of Destiny. All right, so is that all your characters?
Yeah, pretty much. Looking around the area, trying to work out philosophizing.
Okay,
about stuff.
Just kind of resting up. You're gonna have a long journey, it sounds like. So yeah, get your rest in. And then finally, Gareth.
Right. Antibuck, being a woodcutter, is going to cut some wood and make torches because that is apparently the done thing. And his torch making is slightly more competent with a massive 11.
11.
12.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And 12 if you give me a +1 to be a woodcutter.
Yeah, I would.
Yes.
I will even let you roll. I'll roll, see how many torches you make. Let's see here.
57 torches.
One torch. You make one torch. I rolled a D. Well, you made the sticks for him, but again, finding the resin and the other stuff, that's a little harder. That takes a lot more time. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
You should return from the forest, throw the one torch onto the table with a grunt.
All right.
That's how you make a torch, lads.
True. Let's see. Yeah. Who else?
Stenophin is going to lounge by the shore or by the cliff top. But he'll dispatch his manservant Wembley off to town to buy elven dream dust or wine or some other drug to soothe my sensitive nerves.
Okay.
So Wembley will amble off to town in search of whatever exotic supplies it can offer. And Turnip will tag along because he can beg there. And poor Turnip, you may show him vistas of astounding cosmic fate and promise of grand destiny, but he's just going to assume the world is going to shit on him for great height. He may as well go and get some copper pieces.
All right. Those of you going to the village, it is about a hour-ish hike away. And when you get there, it is a tiny fishing and trade village. And there are a couple of guards leaning by the front gate. It is poorly walled, stone walls just higher than a man. But there are people coming and going. And you can, if you have money, you can buy supplies. But there are
Wee dear heart, do you know where I might be able to get a spot of my invigorating tonic? I have this ever persistent cough, don't you know?
Okay, well, they point you to an alchemist. But yeah, if you I don't know if it's in the quick start guide, but yeah, you can get all the regular adventuring goods at standard book prices. Candles, torches, rope, rations,
I did not get this guide.
Well, the quick start guide was posted in the group chat, but if not, I can look it up for you. So
all right.
Rations per day is 5 copper pieces. So 5 and I think it's 10 to 10. Yeah, 1 copper. Yeah. I can look up conversion guide. So yeah, we don't have to. So yeah, if you have money, you can trade it. If you have items, you can make a personality check to trade them to get a good price for them. And otherwise, if you, you can wander back to town.
Giselle is gonna sell her chest.
Okay. Give me a personality check to see if you can find a buyer.
She does not have a good personality. That would be a 5.
Okay.
Adjusted.
They'll give you 10 copper pieces for it. It is worth 200 copper pieces.
She'll just start swearing. She will be calling them every vile name, screaming abuse at them, pointing out the fine workmanship on the brass fixtures. When the guard shows up, she is red-faced, being, they offered me 2, it's a fraction, that's pennies on the dollar. Throw them in jail. They're crooks. When I have my destiny,
I don't recognize you.
Smite every last one of you, motherfuckers. Then she bursts into tears.
All right. Well, if you, the guard is telling you to leave the village if you don't calm down.
I'll be good.
Okay.
But then she points at her eyes and then points at The guy who offered her 10 coppers for her chest. This was my mother's chest.
Well, I don't need many chests. I mean, I'll take it, but I'm a little shy on coin right now. We could trade for a little better if you want. What are you looking for?
Oh no, you had your chance.
So you don't have to like specify things. If you have money, you can spend it freely. If you want to trade, I'll say a success would get of a DC 10 would allow you to get it half price. So your chest, because you failed, I just put it like 10% of its value. Yeah. But yeah, sorry.
Torches each. So let's see.
Yeah, you get 10 torches for that.
Ambrietta's buying oil.
All right.
So she's getting 5 flasks of that.
Cool. Sorry, yeah, Gareth.
Wembley is going to take the pooled funds he got from his employer and buy rope and a 10-foot pole. And also some food.
Yep.
There's no wine on the list if we cannot buy it. Turnip is going to try begging using the sob story that his destiny was stolen from him by a giant wheel in the sky.
Okay, yeah, give me a personality check. I love it. Yeah.
Oh dear. 19!
Oh yeah.
Whoa!
I will give you. Let's see here.
Yeah, she can't afford oil.
Wow, it is karma. I will give you 19 copper for that. You
scored.
You can get 19 torches with that. Or
How many,
4 days of rations. Yeah.
What is the copper point? What is the copper to silver exchange rate?
Let's see here. Let's see here. 10 copper per the silver piece.
So she can get 2 things of oil.
All right, cool. So all of you buy your supplies, head back, and all of you wait. It is only a matter of time.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm still buying stuff.
Well, you could buy stuff and
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy stuff off screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
what fun is that?
All of you wait at the cliff because what else is there to do? And then the full moon rises to the top of the sky. It is, of course, a cold night. You're on a windswept cliff, and all of you are shivering. When as the full moon rises, gets higher and higher and higher.
Can Grundig just make a quick intelligence check? Should there be a full moon tonight? Is that actually where the moon is in its cycle, or is this a supernatural full moon?
Yeah.
Grundig thinks about that and rolls an 8 with a 9 with a modifier.
Well, the last couple of weeks have been kind of a blur, so you're not sure what day it is.
Fair enough.
It's around when a full moon should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, when the moon rises, you have it. One of you bought a 10-foot pole. It's pretty easy to tap it and realize it is tapping something invisible yet solid.
Well, what's going to happen is Wembley. Wembley advances with his pole, taps it, and Cellophane just gives his servant a push from behind, sending Wembley falling off the invisible bridge.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah,
I've confirmed it.
It feels like stone cobble underfoot. With the 10-foot pole and some checking, it is easily deduced to be 20 feet wide, and it just goes out into the ocean. Above the ocean, specifically. Yeah. Sorry.
Is there an invisible railing, by the way?
There is no invisible railing.
I'll more recommend that we tie each other together so that if one of us falls, the rest can pull them back on.
I mean, how much rope do you have?
100 feet.
100 feet.
She's a rope maker, Ross.
Yeah. You'd be pretty close to each other, but yeah, you could do that. You wouldn't have much slack between each other. You'd be pretty tight. There's not much room to maneuver. You'd be a long chain of peasants. But yeah, you can do that if you want.
Lassie will only agree if whoever has the 10-foot pole is in front and using it at all times. Otherwise, she's not interested.
Right. Wembley advances heroically.
All right. With Wembley taking the lead. Yeah.
Cackles opts not to be tied on.
Okay.
I will, how you say, walk drag. I will bring up the rear.
All right. All of you start marching illuminated by the moonlight. on the invisible bridge over the ocean. It is quite. And you start walking. It is hours and hours of walking. And then dawn tapping. Eventually it gets to be dawn. The bridge gently rises over a height of a half a mile over the surface of the ocean.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
When Charles suggests singing chaos hymns to keep everyone's spirits up, does anybody join in other than Ambrietta?
No. Lassie will tell you to be quiet because you cannot focus if you are singing. And there is an invisible bridge under us and she's not about it. Laura, for her part, is just not very much into chaos hymns. Hester might, actually, though.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh, Hester would absolutely be jamming along with you, 100%.
Bosch will join in singing the wrong song.
Our listeners at home, this is a Dungeon Crawl Classic takes place in a world where there's not good and evil gods, there's lawful and chaotic gods, and some neutral gods too. So it's a very old school fantasy, not that other game. So
the neutral gods are just sitting back. Do you guys have to fight over every little thing?
But yeah, dawn eventually breaks. The day is sunny. But you are half a mile over the water. And you don't see the land anymore by the time the sun rises.
Well, this is either going to go really well or really badly.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if the bridge just disappeared right now?
No. And Lassie just like reaches down and just like tries to like scramble to like hold on to the invisible bridge.
Yeah. There are a couple of freakouts like that, but there's literally nothing else to do other than walk forward.
Let's walk sideways.
Well, yeah, you can for a little bit. You do have 20 feet. But yeah, there's a full day of marching. By day 2, by midday, it starts to rain. And by late afternoon, it becomes a storm. It is everyone will have to make a luck check. So every character basically roll a d20, and you want under your luck attribute. So if your luck is 17, you need a 17 or less. So
nope. Now I'm rolling high.
So if you fail that, you can spend luck. That is a luck check, but you can. Those of you who fail will have to make a DC 10 reflex save that is modified by agility to grab the side or fall to your. Well, actually, no, you're all tied together. So most of you are tied together. So this is going to get real interesting. So we're gonna have to do this calculation. So characters that are untethered. If you fail the luck check, you have to make a DC 10 reflex save, or you're off. You're gone. So do any of the untethered characters fail both checks? Now remember, you can burn luck to make the DC 10 reflex save after you make the roll. Yeah.
Cackles, all my characters failed their luck. These were the highest rolls I've gotten all day.
Okay.
But Cackles did succeed at his reflex save.
Well, was he untethered, or were all?
He was untethered. Remember, he was gonna walk drag.
All right, so three tethered characters are failed, right?
Okay, and Dirk has rolled a 20
for the luck check.
For the luck check, he's tethered.
Okay, so that's four tethered characters failing. All right, yeah.
Over my side, Antlebuck, Cellophane, and Turnip all failed. Wembley, despite being in the lead, out of agility of 6, succeeded his luck check, so he's fine. But they all passed the reflex save in the end.
Okay.
By the skin of their teeth.
Well, okay, so I didn't make the reflex. Wait.
The tethered characters we're going to have to treat separate. I just want to know how many tethered characters failed the luck check.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to treat that a little differently, because it's a group, right? You all,
That's 7 total now.
Yeah.
Yes. So Lassie, Hester, and Laura failed their luck checks.
Oh my God.
But Laura was the only one who didn't pass the reflex save. Lassie and Hester.
Okay.
No, definitely tethered. They're all tethered.
Okay, so it sounds like altogether like 9 tethered characters failed their checks.
Yes.
Out of like
That sounds right.
Yeah,
15.
Out of how many other untethered characters were there altogether? I think 2 or 3.
There was just Cackles.
Cackles was the only untethered one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 9 out of 15 failed their checks. So, yeah,
It's fine.
He's gonna have so many nightmares about this. I alone escaped to tell ye. They were all tied together. They just fell like a gigantic screaming.
So basically, we've got
Ring of
15
Sotheby.
characters tied together on a bridge.
Yeah,
This
and
is like
9
a
of them
lemon
are
jar or
being
something.
pulled off or knocked off their feet. So the 6 characters that do make it, if you're tethered and you made your check, now make a strength check.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Okay.
DC 10.
What about the 2 of mine that I didn't do the reflex check yet?
Well, if they're tethered, then if they're all I need to know tethered. If you're tethered and you failed the luck check. If they're tethered and made the luck check, then they get to make a strength check to hold the line. Okay.
Nobody succeeded. Not one.
Okay.
Yes. Phillips makes it.
Wembley. Oh gosh. 17.
Is it?
Wait, that's good. High is good. High is good here, isn't it?
Yeah. For the strength check, it's good.
Oh,
Yes,
strength
so,
check, you need to roll high.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Is it? What happens if you roll the same? Is it? Do you need to roll over, or do you need to roll
You need to roll a 10 or higher.
10 or higher? Oh,
on the
okay.
strength check.
Bosch has made it. Phillips, in that case, has failed.
Okay.
Grundig makes it.
Okay. So yeah.
Lassie has a dirty 20, so she made it. And then Doris passed. Hester did not, but that doesn't surprise anybody because she rolled a 2 with a -2. So,
all right. So it sounds like 4 of the, or let's see here, 5 of the 6 tethered who succeeded made their strength checks. It sounds like most of them made their strength checks. So actually, with that, I'm just going to house rule that every success on the strength check saves 2 failing characters. So like you made enough strength checks to hold the line. So you're able to brace, and the sheer amount of mass you have, you're able to like keep all of 9 of them who got knocked off their feet from rolling off the side. So it is a miserable time, and almost the entire party went over the edge. So you can
My life as a peasant was go out in the rain, work hard, be miserable. So I decide I will seek my fortune as an adventurer and man of destiny, and so far it has been go out in the rain, work hard, be miserable.
all right
On a magic bridge.
on a magic invisible bridge.
There is the magic bridge.
Lassie is going to do everything that she can to untie herself from everybody else because that was the worst experience that she's ever had in her life, and she's lived on the streets literally her whole life. So
Is young yet.
yeah. Well, she doesn't want her safety to be reliant on anybody else at this point because oh my god, that was terrible.
No, it was not great for everybody. If this was a game with like sanity or mental, you did making some checks. But yeah, it is cold and miserable. Characters with a stamina of 7 or lower begin to get sick. So characters take a penalty, -1 penalty on attack damage. And stamina. Sick characters get 8 hours of rest, can make a DC 11 fort save to recover. And the storm eventually abates around midnight. So I put the little text in there. So you can all keep track of that.
So -1 to what?
It's in the group chat. But you continue on because you also you find something out. The bridge disappears behind you. You are only as one person nearly goes over the edge on the back end, and so there's no way back.
Stopping to have a pee.
That is what the back end is for.
So it's basically
have you not been using it as such?
Moving 20 by 60 foot bridge, and seems to be moving with the character furthest towards your destination. So you can be you need to stay up with the group. Don't be left behind.
So if someone sprints ahead,
Yeah, it would be pretty bad.
Ambrietta is coughing, and Charles is, trying to. He's put his ceremonial chaos Beatles jacket around her shoulder. It's like, didn't they have any of your invigorating tonic? Didn't they have any of your invigorating tonics in the village, dear?
She's very sad they did not have an alchemist there. That was, yeah. But yeah, day 3 begins. It is cold and windy. And at midday of, again, marching, you see something in the ocean. A wreck of a ship. It seems to have been crashed up against a reef or something jutting up from the water. And so it is just stuck there. And as they do, you see a pack of horrible flying bird-like monsters resting on the wreck. And they start shrieking and flying up. They have seen you, and they are all coming after you. Yeah.
Begone, you filthy creatures! The lords of chaos demand it!
So your group of peasants, all still 16 of them together, we'll see how that lasts. And so for combat, there are 7 sea shrikes heading up to feast on you. And so here's how I will roll their initiative. And you can just all roll, and I'll roll it as 1. They have a straight D20 roll. They rolled a natural 20. Okay, great. So this is going to be real easy. They're going to be real easy. They all go first, unless any of you have ranged weapons, because they don't have any ranged weapons. So does anyone have a ranged weapon they would like to use first?
What are these weapons you're talking about?
Xenophon has a quill brackets as dart. Well, he also has a hammer, so he will throw his quill.
Well, yeah, if you want to, I will. Yeah, if you want to throw your quill away, I will let you make an range attack roll. And if you roll high enough, you'll get one in the eye and it'll die. I'll be very nice. So, yeah, if you want to do that.
These things truly have feathers, so there are lots of replacing quills.
Yeah,
so yes.
You get a corpse on the invisible bridge. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and make your attack.
And a natural 2.
Well, that is not a high number. Yeah.
They see the feather in the quill and are offended. Now they're really enraged.
All right. If no one else has a ranged weapon, then yeah.
Hester has a dart. So I think Hester seeing this is just gonna freak out and chuck it.
All right. Yeah. Make an attack roll with the agility bonus.
3.
All right. What happened to all the high rolling you all doing a second ago? All right.
Ask us for luck rolls again, and you shall see.
All right. So here's how I'll do it. They are going to be indiscriminate. I'll just make attack rolls. I'll just go down the line. V, Greg, James, Gareth for the first 4, and then I'll just go back and then. Round 2, and so Gareth will only get 1 attack this round, but next round then Gareth will get 2 attacks. So we'll just alternate back and forth. So first round of attacks, I'll just do 40-20 at once. So V, you just I'll let you pick which character gets attacked, and so that you'll get the first number. So a 10, does that hit one of your characters?
Meets it and beats it, I'm sure. Yes, unfortunately, that's going to go to Doris. Oh, Doris.
Wait,
sweetie.
do ties go to the attacker or the defender?
Ties go to the attacker. You have to, so let's see here. How much damage do they do? 1d3. All right. Let's see here. 3. That is 3 damage to that character, V.
Ooh. I don't assume that eating the bad food is some magical life potion that will bring Doris back, because Doris has 2 health. So
nope. Now remember, there is the rollover rule. So if you're of course, so that is second attack is going to go after Greg. An 18 would hit any of your characters, I imagine.
Oh God, yes.
All right. Well,
will Take it on Charles Charles.
All right, let's see here. Can he survive 1 point of damage?
Easy. He tanks that shit.
All right, and then he is bitten, but not stirred yet. Yeah. Let's see here. James, one of your characters takes a 10.
Okay. Do I just roll?
Does that
roll
hit?
for who?
Well, that's an AC 10. Do you have a character? Which character is getting struck with an attack roll of 10?
It's. Does AC go up or down in this system? He says, not having read
higher is better.
Higher is better. Grundig takes it. Or alternatively, Bosch, or actually most of them. Only Dirk is going to survive that.
Well, okay, so does Dirk, well, then if Dirk has AC higher than 10, then he can just absorb it.
Yeah.
And not be hit.
Okay.
He dodges out of the way at the last
let's do
minute.
that
So,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. But unfortunately, let's see, Gareth, I rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
Which character took the natural 20?
Let's have a roll here. It is going to... Oh, no, it's Cellophane. It's good to heal those hit points.
All right.
So
let's
how much
see.
damage?
Double damage. So that is going to be 5 damage.
Oh, God. He's
That's unsurvivable.
eviscerated.
Yeah.
No!
Well, we will see, because any dead character will have a chance of being rolled over.
Indeed.
Unless he falls off the
That's
bridge.
rolling over and over and over.
So that was the first round of attacks, because there are 7 of these birds.
God.
And so now we're going to do the remaining 3 attacks. And we're going back up at the top with V. Well, these are all very low. So do you have a character that has AC higher than 8?
Yes, all of them. So
All right, yeah. You're fine.
suck it, Shrikes.
Yeah, Greg, I imagine all your characters have an armor class higher than 5.
Yes, even old Mr. Cackles.
And James, all of your characters probably have an AC higher than
They do.
6. So yeah, the remaining 3 birds miss. Now the 2 characters that fall down, bitten savagely by these monstrous birds, they fall down and the birds start dragging them off the side of the bridge. So
I say,
yeah.
that's not done.
So we'll just have each player call the actions of their entire squad that are still standing. And so V, for your remaining characters, what are they going to do?
Lassie is going to use her club, and she's going to try and bash the one that has grabbed Doris.
All right, make an attack roll. This would use your melee uses strength as its bonus. So roll d20 and add your strength bonus.
That would be a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit. I'll just tell you their AC is 12. You need a 12 or higher to
Okay.
strike them. So what is your second character going to do?
Well, you know what? Hester. So Hester threw the dart. Is this the situation where theoretically Hester would have brought more than one dart, or is it that Hester just had a single dart and it is now gone in the ocean?
I will give you a luck check. If you roll, you'll have one more dart if you roll under your luck.
Oh, sweet! I rolled a 3 and I have a 14, so Hester
All right.
has one more dart.
This is your last dart.
Come on, Hester. Let's see.
Are you throwing the dart, or are you going to use it as an improvised dagger?
I think knowing that it's the last one, Hester's gonna try and just go up and stab with it.
All right. Use melee, or strength.
That would be a dirty 1.
Oh, a natural one. Is that a natural
dirty,
one?
dirty one.
Okay,
it was a 3 minus
Okay,
2 minus 1 because he's sick. So
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
It's
All
not
right.
great.
It's not great.
No,
What's your last character going to do?
Laura has a dagger. Let's see if Laura can pull it out where the others have not.
Mm-hmm.
And if this doesn't work, I'm just going back to the dice roller because this die is obviously not going to work. Well, I rolled an 11, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. But no strength bonus. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Laura's got 0. So
All right. Well, swings and misses. These are pretty tough birds to fight, it turns out. Next up, Greg. Which
All right.
what character is going to do what?
Cackles has his shovel, and he's gonna show these. Oh, that would be it's modified to a 4.
Well, 4 is less than 12, so
It sure is.
All right,
All right.
who's
Well,
up next?
maybe this die is due to turn.
yeah.
So Giselle,
Keep telling yourself that.
Giselle's got a knife. And that's a 19.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay. And that's a 2.
2 damage. You do not kill it. They have 3 hit points, but it is definitely wounded. So yeah.
Okay. And Ambrietta is screaming, "Get off of my husband!"
All right.
And she hits with a 12.
That hits. All right. I assume you're attacking the same one, which is the one dragging your husband off.
The wounded one,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. That if you do at least one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She did the most damage she possibly could. 2 points.
All right. Well,
Hey.
how does what is she using? What weapon is it?
A knife.
All right. All right. How you just bury it through its eye? Cut its throat out?
She just jumps on its back and slits its throat.
All right.
Just left to right.
All right. Well,
You leave my husband alone. That's not nice.
it really isn't. And now there are 6. Is that all your characters?
That's all of them except for Charles, who's no longer being dragged off.
Mm-mm.
But he does not get an attack.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So at the end of the fight, you can check to see if he's still alive. James.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Phillipson actually has a sword.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
He's our leader.
Well, that's 13. No, it's not. It's
13.
12.
All right.
Is that any good?
Yeah. Yeah. AC
Okay.
is 12 that you need to hit.
Short sword, -1. That's 4 points of damage.
You slay another one. What does it look
Whoa.
like?
It's a kebab.
All right.
Skewers it, basically.
All right. You skewer it neatly.
And looks surprised, and then has to kind of use his heel to lever it off his sword before he can get in and strike another one. Grundig's flailing around with her shovel, not used to being attacked by sea shrikes, but is going to have a go nonetheless. That would be a no. Oh, no, that's a 20. This is a hard to read dice. Holy crap. Natural 20. The shovel, unfortunately, is as a staff, so it's 1d4.
Actually, roll another d20. There is a crit table for level 0 characters.
Okay, that's a 5.
A 5. A solid strike to the torso. Inflict plus 1d6 damage with this strike.
Plus 1d6, okay. So is that the d4 plus 1d6? Or
Yes.
Okay, the d4 is a hard to read and slippery for some reason. It's a 2, and the d6 is a 3, so 5.
All right, that is enough to kill yet another one.
Sliced
Another
with
one.
a shovel. Fantastic. Bosch Brownstone with a hammer. I suspect not the ideal weapon for this kind of thing. That would be a 5, so no. And Dirk, 12. Oh, plus 1, 13.
Yeah, that hits.
Whoa, okay. Also using a hammer as a club, 1d4 plus 1, 4, 5.
5, yeah.
These dice have suddenly come good.
Yeah, you're down to only 3
Get
strikes.
him, little man.
Yeah. And then finally Gareth. There are 3 strikes left. Yeah.
Antlebuck takes out his hand axe and strides forward to miss.
Okay.
Wembley, seeing his employer gutted by a sea shrike, shrieks and waves his 10-foot pole around and hits.
Okay.
D4 damage. The staff. Oh, a mighty 4.
All right, you slay
That's
another
right
one.
there. Indeed.
There are only 2 left.
And Turnip, the halfling vagrant, seeing the wealthy elven barrister fall, lunges forward and goes through his pockets.
I must save him.
All
Or
right.
at
Yes.
least his material possessions.
Is that all your characters?
Yeah, one's
All right.
dead and the other one is attacking.
All right. So, well, we're not sure if they're dead yet. Remember, yeah. So there are 2 strikes left. And I think you fought off the one that was trying. The only one that is, I think, threatening a potential corpse is the one that was around V.
Yeah.
So
Boris.
yeah. So Boris, I am going to say, is just gone. but that'll take a Shrike with him. So there is only one Shrike left, and the Shrike is going to make a morale check because this got a lot more complicated than he thought. So he needs...
Somehow attacking a numerically superior force that can't retreat has ended badly for us.
And he does not. His morale fails, so the remaining Shrike does leave. So you've only lost one member of your party. But you can see it being ripped apart on the shipwreck below, as it greedily devours the entrails and. But
maybe Doris should have used some of her luck. Fuck.
Yep. Unfortunately,
that's not helping her right now.
It is not. Yep. That is, I put those luck burning rules in the group chat for a reason.
I thought that I'd have more than one round. I didn't think you were just gonna fucking yeet her and just be gone. Jeez.
None of you have ranged weapons, and it's like, well, I'm gonna take the corpse and leave. That's its action.
What part of peasant funnel was not clear?
Anyway, those of you with characters who are possibly dead, you get to check to see if they're alive. So
Charles still has 3 hit points left.
Okay. There was at least one person who fell.
Yeah, Cellophane is -2 at the moment.
Yeah. So you can make a luck check for that character.
Okay. As Turnip goes through his pockets, Cellophane is alive.
All right. They are groggy, and they sustain a permanent injury of some kind. So a -1 penalty, strength, agility, or stamina, determined randomly. So I'll let you determine that.
It's going to be strength being. Listen, he's still strength 13. So he's still it's wild.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, you have survived, and you continue on, because
praise the lords of chaos.
Oh, you do have some dead sea shrike corpses on the bridge. Are you going to do anything with them?
Sure.
Yeah. Look, some replacement quills.
Yeah, you get as many quills as you want now. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have thought those pointy noses might be useful as some kind of writing implement.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty easy.
I mean, they're not carrying anything or adorning their claws with jewelry or anything.
Nope, these are animals, the predatory animals. But you could try and get your fill of quills at least. Yeah.
The wrecked ship is like half a mile down, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. So looting that is not an option.
Yep. They
Cackles is gonna take one of the Shrike corpses and belly out on the edge and see if he can throw it down and hit the remaining.
All right. Yeah, sure. Give me an agility check. Yeah. See if you're.
Oh yeah, this will be hilarious. It's a 16.
Yeah. All right. You kill the last one, Shrike. Your Doris is avenged. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. There's just a bloody, messy, just a bloody meat mess down there. Yeah.
And it must have taken a good 7 count for it to fall, and everyone's like, no, it's gonna miss. No, I think he's got it.
Half a mile, rather longer than
the
that.
The Shrike's crouched down there, looks up, sees the shadow coming down. What the?
Yeah. I mean, it was literally right below the bridge, so that helped. You didn't have to drift it too far. But
he was licking his finger, testing the wind.
All of you continue on, but at the end of this day, you realize that the bridge ends. Thanks to your pole, you realize, Wimbley up ahead, with the pole, you are not able to continue further, and you're just kind of waiting there.
I'm sure our good lady in blue will provide the promised aperture. We must just maintain our faith that all will go according to the orderly plans of the Chaos Gods.
Yeah, all of you
Perfect.
can't.
So
you do begin to see a crackle of energy in the air very slowly begin to open up.
Take that, atheists.
Phillips is going to draw his sword and attempt to slash at the universe in an attempt to help it open up quicker, because he is bored of this bridge. Give him a good caravan to guard any day. This is not the same.
Unfortunately, it does not speed up the extra-dimensional portal opening.
Meanwhile, Terrence was to chuck some stones and, like, random bits of junk at the sky in the same manner. Like, he might throw them in a glass window, so either try and break the cosmos.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, you all have to wait another 2 days.
Oh, jeez.
But we can rest.
2 days.
Yeah. On
Brietta can rest.
I'm talking road rations.
Yeah, your rations, I imagine, are pretty fucked at this point.
No.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't thrown that sea strike away.
Well, V, did you get a lot of rations with you?
Oh, yes. So all of the money we were able to purchase for my little 4-pack, 25 days of rations and 1 torch. And now Doris obviously doesn't need them anymore, so I have plenty.
Well, there's a bit of sharing, otherwise it's going to get real uncomfortable on this bridge, I would imagine.
Look it. Y'all just let Doris go. You could have attacked the one that was carrying Doris, but you let her go. So I think that's gonna kind of like change the vibe a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Well, Ambrietta failed both her fortitude saves.
Oh no.
So that it is brutal that, if you have low stamina, then you'll get sick. And to recover from being sick, just make a fortitude save that's based on your low stamina.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles is over there mopping her fevered brow when he's not changing the dressings on his sturge hole.
Those of you who did take wounds, I will give, you do have 2 days to rest. Yeah, I'll give you like 2 hit points back.
Woo!
Let's see. Oh, here's the healing rules. The 2 days of rest would give you 2 hit points. So, it's not great rest, but it's something. And you do have food. And it's cold, but it's not unbearable. It's pretty cold. But you're all like huddled together.
Hester is in the sick and stays sick camp as well. So
you're all pretty sick of the sniffling and coughing and
Please, somebody, a tonic. I need an invigorating tonic.
Makes you sound like you're an alcoholic. Jesus.
What do you think an invigorating tonic is?
I wasn't gonna assume, but also.
When the hole in the sky first appears, it looks like an odd shimmer of air off on the horizon. As it gets closer, again, this is a very gradual process. As it gets closer, the characters begin to see it as a 15-foot diameter window surrounded by crackling blue fingers of energy. Another world with a magenta sky can be seen clearly through the breach as it approaches. Eventually, it lines up with a bridge and the characters can step through. So after 2 days, it is now safe to travel. And so all of you step into the hole in the sky. Your ears pop and the sudden warmth of this place makes you momentarily dizzy. You are in what must be an entirely different world. The air is misty, but as best as you can tell, the sky is a bright magenta color. You are standing in what appears to be a kind of bamboo forest, but the bamboo is thinner and flatter than you have ever seen. Looking behind you, you cannot see the porthole. Your companions seem to be stepping through thin air. The air is heavy and has an impressively intense scent, like intense saffron. Off in the distance, you see a single structure.
That could be a lot worse.
The mist limits your visibility, but you see a dark structure rising out of the mists ahead. So, there is the bamboo forest around you, but a clear path straight to a dark structure silhouetted by the mist.
Can those of us who don't have 10-foot poles cut 10-foot poles from the bamboo?
Somebody has a hand axe, right?
Yeah.
The wood
Yeah.
Yes, was it Amy? Antibuck does.
Yeah, with the hand axe, any character, if you just want to note that your character is carrying a 10-foot bamboo pole, you can. Yeah, you can cut off as many bamboo. Yeah, we don't have to explain that. Just make a note of it in the group chat or something. That just takes a few minutes because it's just bamboo. But yeah, there is a clear path marching straight to the structure, and you're supposed to free someone from a prison. So
okay,
a prison of
this
Alderwood.
is destiny. Destiny awaits.
All right, who's taking the lead?
Not
Philip.
last.
Phillips Phillipson. He has a sword. No one else seems to have a sword. He holds up his sword and goes, "Destiny awaits."
All right, he leads the way.
Yeah.
So
Not tapping with a 10-foot hole, falls through reality into the sea.
No, it is quite solid ground. Fortunately, there's no more bridge.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah, Giselle is just like looking at the sky. This is a whole new world. Maybe they've never even seen a chest with fine brass fittings.
True.
This chest could be worth more gold than I've ever imagined. Like 100 pieces.
Yeah. And so you all move on. But Philip is the first to see. And here, a man, in the distance, directly on the path ahead. And, he is, screaming, damn her, damn them, damn her for I'll get her back someday. So he's not seemed to notice you, but like you can't, there's still 15 of you, right? Like there's no way you can sneak by this guy. Like, so is Philip going to like go up ahead to parlay with this wandering person dressed, man, clearly he's been here a while. His clothes are ragged, beard is wild and unkempt. He doesn't look like he's been doing too well. He has, he has a dagger on his belt that looks like it could break at any moment, very heavily chipped. It does not seem to be all there. So yeah, does Philip want to do something first, since you are taking point?
Ho, man, tell us which way to destiny.
I'll kill them. I must get revenge. Against her. She cursed me. She tricked me. You must pay a toll. I am the god of this place. Worship me and praise me, and I'll let you live.
Let me talk.
That sounds like a good idea.
Charles,
Philip's great. Just pushes. What's his name?
All right, fellow. Let's take a deep breath and calm down. You seem very agitated. Am I correct in assuming that you are a madman, sir?
How dare you? Praise me. You weren't sent here by the lady in blue, were you? He holds out the knife at you.
Were you sent here by this lady in blue you mentioned?
Yes, she sent me and my stalwart companions, and we only found death and madness here. But I haven't gone mad, and I haven't died.
Well, why don't you? And I look back at the others, kind of shrug. It seems we're, have a quest in common, don't we? Why don't you see it through, old chap? I'm sure with your familiarity with this region and our fresh-hearted blood and stout spirits. This is interrupted by Ambrietta having a coughing fit.
All right. Give me a personality check.
Oh no.
You made it good. I'll give you a +1. That was a good spiel.
That brings it up to 3.
All right. I could tell you work for her. You're cursed. You're all cursed. He lunges at you with a dagger.
Oh dear.
Yep.
All right.
And he rolls a 7, so he misses.
Okay. I'll just give him a smack with the staff, I guess.
All right. You need to get a 9.
That's Yeah, that's a 12.
All right.
Actually, an 11.
All right.
Because Charles is... I say, whack.
All right. Roll damage.
That is 1 point of damage.
All right. He falls over, quite dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Now I look down at him and I'm like, well, there it is then. Loot the corpse, would you, dearie? As is traditional, my love. Ambrietta coughs and goes over to loot the corpse.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack here.
There is a crude drawn map showing what appears to be the path to the structure and a little dotted path off to the side that leads to an X.
Ooh-wee, look at this. He's made a map, he has. He did spell it with 2 P's.
Mm-hmm.
But X marks the spot, right?
Should we examine this X, do you think, Lovey? And, well, he looks at the man with the sword. He's like, let's send this up the chain of command. We have to do things in the proper procedure.
All right.
And, yeah, who is the guy with the sword?
Phillips.
Yeah.
Philip Phillipson, our leader.
Yes, I will lead. Glory
All right.
awaits. Or at least destiny.
Are you going straight to the structure, or are you going to follow the little map off to the side?
Let's... I'm in 2 minds. Let's follow the map.
All right.
Since we have a map.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Most
it's not very
quests
far off
definitely
the
involve
path.
yes, okay.
So give me an intelligence check to see if you can find the spot.
Okay.
You have a +2 because you literally do have a map.
Phillips is actually reasonably intelligent. He has a 15. He has rolled a 1!
Okay.
What could go wrong following the map of a madman who cannot spell the word map?
Yeah, you don't find it, weirdly enough.
No.
So
It's a mad map.
Yeah.
This map is rubbish.
But with 15 of you, you're able to find, like, there's literally a string of you, so you can get back to the main path without having to. You literally can't get lost from.
Can Ambrietta take a crack at it since she actually has the map?
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Phillips throws
All
the
right.
map
This will be the last check. We can't just keep rolling forever.
16, baby.
All right. So Ambrietta finds it.
All right. Now, didn't you ever learn the thing about how when you hold your hands up, the left one makes the L and the right one makes the not an L, and that's how you tell left from right?
All right. So you find a cache of supplies buried in the ground, rather simply, just like literally covered with dirt.
Hell yeah.
There are let's see here, 2 items. Let's see here, and
Come on, lamp.
see here.
Oh, if this is random, one is either going to be really good or
a
really bad.
longsword does 1d8 damage.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I misread that. It is a longbow and 10 arrows.
Still wow.
Yeah. And
Anybody mind if Ambrietta takes that? Because with 1 hit point, she is not ideal. With 1 hit point, strength 4, but agility 2, might be okay with a longbow.
And a set of leather armor.
Oh my word.
Which gives +2 to AC, I believe. Leather armor, yeah, +2 to AC, yeah.
Does anybody else want the longbow or have a better call for it? 1d8 damage?
Yeah, longbow does 1d8 damage, has 10 arrows. Actually 29 arrows. 11 plus 1d30. So, yeah. You grab those items and you continue on.
Yeah, Mr. Cackles picks up the leather armor. I wonder why he was not wearing this. Oh, that is why. Who wants the smelly leathers? I do not understand why this leather armor has a
well, perhaps
tail
Phillips could take it,
installed
so
on
he could be better in melee.
Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Phillips
All right.
is...
Obviously our leader should have it.
Yes, excellent. It's a little tight, but I think it amplifies my musculature. So, yes.
All right.
There was one time, did I ever tell you about the time I was guarding a caravan and they gave me a suit of chainmail?
Giselle's like, can
Yeah.
you pull up the hood? It has little ears on it.
Okay.
This is... I feel like this is... There's something here. I like the looks of this.
But as you get closer, so you continue on to the center of the.
Yeah, Giselle's going to go up and walk in front with Philip, our leader.
It is tight leather.
The structure takes form in your. You see it clearly now. It is a 300-foot tall monolith covered in 50-foot long thorns. It looks so much not as constructed as it is grown, like some sort of massive seed pod. There is one entrance ahead of you, a 60-foot tall double doors with a giant latch. But the doors are so tall that the space between them is like a foot tall. So you cannot even reach the latch, but all of you can crawl under it.
What if someone stands on someone's shoulders?
Well, then, you try that, and then the latch is very, very heavy. You would take the strength of a giant to unlatch it.
There's 15 of us. We can make a human pyramid, but fine.
Is there, by chance, a secret door anywhere?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. I'm gonna make Laura do this, because Laura has heightened senses.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a nat 20 with a +4, baby!
Oh, shit. All right.
Hello.
No, you do not find any hidden entrances, but with a natural 20, you do notice that there is you can kind of look at the architecture of this space, and you peer under the door a bit, and you can see it's a massive chamber inside. You can't really see what's inside this it's one massive chamber inside, but you can tell there are tunnels are in the outer walls. Built in, the walls are thick enough that there's like a tunnel along the side, and you know about where that would be. So you kind of get a sense of where
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Don't we have stonemasons with us?
Well, this is organic. This is not stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the walls. Okay. Well, don't we have a woodcutter with us?
Yeah. Well, you haven't gone inside yet. You are outside it.
I was just going to say, why don't we hack our way in?
Well, you can go under the giant door. There's enough space for you to crawl under.
All right. I'm just saying, at some point, we should try and perform an architectural critique and gain access to the interior tunnels rather than being in the center of the panopticon where fire can be concentrated on us.
Oh, yeah. No, and Laura's absolutely going to, as she figures all of this out while everybody's trying to, make sense of what's happening, she will point out what she discovers in that very sort of like airy voice. She's just like, there are tunnels that will allow us to maneuver around the outside of this space much more safely.
Yeah. Well, inside. I mean, the entrance to
inside. Yes. Yeah.
But you.
I mean, we've got two professional diggers.
Well, the outside of this structure is incredibly durable. You don't have any tools that can cut through it. But yeah.
This is not. I'm not rated for this kind of dirt. It is. This is otherworld dirt. I cannot do this.
So inside, you do.
Perhaps the ditch digger has. I didn't think so.
But yeah, you eventually have to go in. Like there is a. Inside that, you crawl under the giant door, and inside you see this is a single huge room, a massive organic shape, like the inside of some colossal hive. Light shines down from holes within the ceiling, and glowing creatures fly about in the distant expanse, throwing strange green lights across the floors and walls. Reclining against the far wall, opposite the door, is a massive creature that looks like it would be 60 feet tall if it stood up. It has red-brown fur and the head, face, and trunk of a giant predatory beast. It is snoring. The snoring is loud enough to rattle your heart in your chest. It's that deep bass sound that you feel more than you hear. And hanging above it, from what appears to be a massive tree branch growing from the inside of the wall, is a domed cage of woven wood more than 100 feet off the ground. It's at the top of the hive. From this angle, you can't see inside the cage. And Yeah, there is a giant, and then of course, V, which character figured out where the secret door was?
Laura.
Laura can see there is a sort of along the far wall, sort of like you're near the door. Directly in front of you is the Titan, but to your left, like the Titan is at 12 o'clock. You're at 6 o'clock, and the secret door is at 9 o'clock. That makes sense. And
secret doors.
Yeah. And that you think is pretty sure is a tunnel that would lead upward.
This religious training, does Charles recognize this as a Titan?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Lady in Blue also mentioned it was a Titan, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so, yes.
Yeah, this is a Titan, an ancient being of
that's a class 3 Titan.
Yeah.
Nothing we have. You could take that long sword, poke it straight in the eye, and it wouldn't even.
Well, it might wake up if you did that, and you would.
Oh, it wouldn't like it.
It would not like it. No.
But it would be like having one of your nose hairs pulled out. It would sting. But it wouldn't instantly debilitate you.
Yeah. What are you all going to do? Are you just heading straight to the secret door?
Yeah, I don't want any piece of that.
All right.
Yeah.
I think avoid. We're all, even the stupid ones, are sensible enough to avoid the Titan.
All right.
And Ambrietta's like, well, we did buy all that oil. We could just set it on fire.
All right. So,
No, dear. This isn't a fire situation. Fire's not the cleanser. But you always say fire is the cleanser, dear.
all of you nominate one character and have them make a luck check and tell me what number you get, because something will happen to the person who rolls the highest.
Okay.
No,
It's Cackles.
it's gonna
Do
be
we need
Hester.
to roll over our luck?
Under the luck.
Yeah, you want to roll as
Under.
low as possible.
Oh, under your luck.
Yeah.
But as high as possible under luck.
Well, no, just as low as possible. Something's going. This is like, what is the bad thing going to happen to? Who is going to get targeted?
Well, he got a 16, so it's probably Chuckles.
Okay.
Okay, Hester rolled a 14, so not Hester.
Okay.
Not Bosch, who rolled a 4.
Okay. And Gareth.
And Wembley rolls a 2.
All right. So, Greg, which character did you roll for?
Old Mr. Cackles.
Mr. Cackles. Uh-oh.
He hardly knew me.
What's his AC?
9.
Okay. Well, it's possible he could miss. It's not. All of you start creeping towards the secret door. And Mr. Cackles, hanging above the door, there was something waiting to guard this place, and it reaches over and grabs Mr. Cackles. When all of you see a giant green tendril of ropey vine that plucks Mr. Cackles from the ground and starts pulling him up, all of you turn and look and see it. It is a wickedly carved jack-o'-lantern as large as a carriage, with a baleful green flame that can be seen through its eyes and mouth. There are 8 tendrils of ropey vine it uses for movement and for grabbing prey. It grabs Mr. Cackles and starts pulling him up towards its baleful maw. So you can all run towards the secret door, or you can try to fight it, or we'll start with Greg's remaining characters. Mr. Cackles is
Can he make a swing at it?
he can make a strength check.
That is a 10.
That is not enough. He tries in vain to escape, and
Son of a bitch.
yep.
Ambrietta's gonna shoot it with an arrow.
All right.
Come on, Ambrietta. That's a natural 1.
All right. Ambria's bowstring breaks unless you spend a point of luck.
I'm spending that point of luck.
Yep. All right. You just normally failed. You don't critically fail. Yeah. So.
Oh, this bow was not well tended.
Yep. Any other characters doing anything?
Giselle is gonna jump up and try and grab him around the waist. so that he can't be hauled away.
Okay. Give me a agility check.
That's a 13.
Okay, yeah, sure. The creature is strong enough to hold both of you up, and starts pulling both of you towards its maw. So,
all right,
well,
Charles is gonna grab on.
Wait, that's your yeah. Okay, yeah. He can roll too.
That's a 14.
All right, yeah. There's 3 characters.
Everybody has joined in and
Yep.
formed a love train.
3 of your characters are up there. One of them is holding a bow, staring at this thing. All right. Let's see here. Next up, Gareth. What are your characters going to do?
Right. Wembley will also join the doomed conga and try and drag them down. Strength is it?
I'm going to say at this point it's going to be agility. Yeah, agility 13 to grab on.
18.
Okay.
Despite incredibly bad agility, he succeeds.
All right.
You are all very heavy,
He is very strong.
but I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All right. I'll say on the next round, each of them can assist in his check to break free.
You're going to try. Is it within range of the axe, or
It is hanging on the wall. It is a big thing with very long vines, so it is out of melee
He will
range.
with his axe.
Okay.
And miss.
All right. So he throws his axe.
Yeah.
All right.
And the other 2 will run away.
All right. They run towards the wall.
There's a tour.
Yeah. Let's see here. Next up, V.
Oh no. Yeah, Laura's gonna
casts
run.
a magic missile on it.
Laura's not here for this. She found the wall. She's gonna go for that. I think Hester might. I think Hester would help, and I think Lassie would help too. Unfortunately, because they're dumb.
Okay. How are they going to help?
Oh God, no, I can't do that. It's not Doris. Hester, you're not strong enough. I was gonna have Hester throw Lassie, but you know what? Lassie's gonna throw Hester and try and get Lassie's only a halfling, but Lassie's very strong. She's a Herco. Let's go. So I'm gonna have her throw Hester, and I want to have Hester try and like stab at the vine if she can get close.
Okay,
enough
sure, yeah.
With
First,
her dart.
do the strength check to throw.
That's a 19.
All right, yeah. Now you can make
Jump
a melee
off my
attack
back.
To hit the vine.
Do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's only a 6 to hit the vine.
It is a strong vine. You slash at it as you fly by, and then fall to the ground helplessly.
It's not even a slashing; it's a limp stabbing with a dart. So I understand why it did not work out.
Yeah,
I'm just picturing her flying up there and clotheslining herself and falling.
Yeah, they're kind of a spinning motion.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Is that all your characters?
I'm not hurt.
Yes, that is the 3 of them.
All right. So I think all that's left is James.
I believe so. Berks Phillipson believes that you can't be a caravan guard unless you survive to guard the caravan. So he's running for safety, as is Bosch. Dirk is sighing, taking his hammer and throwing his hammer. It's probably well constructed. It might bounce off something. You know, if it doesn't hit and do damage, it'll bounce off and fall back, and he can pick it up again.
Sure.
So that is an unspectacular 8. And Grundig, fiercely enabled by her defeat of one Sturge with her shovel, she's fast. She's got extra speed. So I think she's just underneath, not directly underneath, but quite close to where the others are, waiting for other tendrils to come down, and will slash at them with her shovel when they do.
Okay. Ready to action. All right. So that doesn't happen. This creature actually gets 2 actions around. So it'll make its second action after everyone else has acted. So and it decides who's the first one who grabbed on.
That was Giselle.
Giselle. All right. So it uses one of its other tendrils to try and just disembowel them. So let's see if that works. Yep, because everyone's holding on in a chain, right? So that is going to be an 18. I imagine that hits.
That hits.
All right, so that is only 5 damage.
Only, he says.
Out of her 2 hit
Yeah.
points.
Well, all right.
So, all right. Is there? I can't burn luck for that, but I can after the combat.
Yeah. If you can recover the
And
body.
okay. Is it tearing her apart with its tendrils, or is it shoving her in the burning mouth?
It is just puncturing her chest with tendril to basically rip her. Actually, yeah. There's not going to be really much of a way to recover her. It is going to it kills her to make everyone else let go, right? And then it will begin a new round, and this time we'll roll for initiative. So yeah, but she is dead. Everyone else who's holding on falls down. No damage on them though, but they are all in a clump on the ground. So here.
Poor Giselle.
All right, so its initiative is a 15. So you can roll initiative. Just I'm not going to keep track of everyone's initiative honor system. You can either roll once for your entire squad, just pick your highest initiative bonus, or you can roll separately. Just tell me
Once
if
for
they
the
go
squad.
before or after.
Okay.
So we'll give you a minute.
It's a 17.
Okay.
Because despite her many flaws, Ambrietta is very quick.
All right, yeah, we'll just do it per squad. That'll just be faster. Keep track because there's so many characters. So, let's see here. So, V, what did your squad get?
13.
All right, so you're going after. Let's see here, James
5.
after, and Gareth
11.
11. All right, so Greg, then the monster, then everyone else. Greg, you can I first.
All right. Ambrietta fires.
Okay.
Come on, Ambrietta. Do something great. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Roll damage.
All right. Big ol' 7 points of damage.
All right.
Woohoo.
There is a that was the bow and arrow, right? Yeah. So there
Yeah.
is a nice arrow and a trickle of a greenish liquid flows from the wound. So it can, if it bleeds, you can kill it theoretically. It is. Let's see here. Yeah, who's next?
Charles is going to pull one of the oil flasks out of his wife's sack and try. Do I need to ready that, or can I just whip it at the burning mouth?
You could whip it at the burning mouth. Yeah. You can just throw it.
Whipping it at the burning mouth.
If you don't want to set it on, make it into a alchemist fire, burning thing. If you don't want to ignite it yourself, you can just throw it. It will.
Well, I mean, I figure it's oil going into a fire.
Yeah.
It will catch.
Yeah.
So,
Assuming that works
Yeah,
like
he's
fire.
doing that.
It is green. So yeah.
and it's a natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
I was due.
All right. Let's see here. So I will say that oil does 1d6 damage normally. So roll d6 and then you'll get to do the critical hit table. So
That's 6 points.
and
Suddenly my dice love me because it's dramatic.
all right, d6 points plus 12. Let's see here. All right, we'll make a two. All right, it makes that save. Where does it make that save? It was a 9. Yeah, it makes that save. So it had to make a 4th save. Normally that would be a strike to the groin, but I would imagine ingesting fire is the equivalent of that for a plant monster. So it goes
Right to the stain.
Yeah. So it coughs up as it tries to hack out the oil, but it erupts in fire, takes 6 damage. So it's taken a total of 13 so far. Let's see.
Do not fuck with Charles and Charles.
And one of your characters is the one picked up, right? Yeah,
Yes.
they can make a strength check to escape.
Come on, good dice. You've been doing. Nope, that's a 4.
All right, he is caught. And that is the end of your action. So on it draws the victim back and throws them into the mouth. The internal green flame burns it very slowly. You take 1 point of damage, and he starts screaming as he is being burned alive. Actually, he takes 2 damage because the oil has yeah. Then creature is going to spend its second action to climb up the walls of the dungeon, out of range. It is quite it is not going to continue the fight. But it starts chewing on, which character was it?
Old Mr. Cackles.
Old Mr. Cackles is burned.
Can he at least get a last smack from inside its mouth?
Yeah, sure. Give me one more strength check.
And I'm gonna spend luck to get +6.
Okay.
That's now 9. That is 17.
That is not enough. You needed a 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
He is Mr. Cackles is quite dead. Creature is you can retrieve the person who was punctured by the tendril who tried the
Giselle.
Yeah, Giselle. You can roll Giselle over.
Okay, so I roll luck to see if she survives. And can I spend luck to get +6 on it?
Well,
right.
you subtract 6 from it, right? Like you need to, and you don't have to spin it until you roll.
Oh.
You can spin afterwards.
All right, I got a natural 3.
All right, that's enough.
So that is under her luck. So Giselle comes around, but has 1 hit point left?
1 hit point, and negative 1 to one of her physical attributes. You can just roll randomly.
Oh boy.
Yep. And the creature starts speaking, and it speaks in a quiet voice, but somehow, no matter where you are in the dungeon, you can hear it.
Has it got its mouth full?
Yeah, it is kind of. It's kind of chewing Mr. Cackles as it is. I don't like doing this, but it is rather. I understand where you're coming from, but you should just leave. This is not going to end well for you all. And I have to emphasize that this is just not going to work out well for you. I am assigned to guard this prison, and you are clearly in and over your head. I don't even see a wizard with you, or a priest, or a knight, or, there have been such much more powerful mortals trying to get in here before, and they've all failed, obviously. And it's just, you just go. Just go. I'm only gonna grab more of you, and it'll you don't have to throw your life away like this.
Well, it seems to me that the one who's throwing their life away is you doing this job you don't really believe in.
Oh, I quite believe in it. I was literally made to believe in this job.
But you said you don't like doing it.
I don't like killing.
You need to break free and liberate yourself.
I like the guarding.
Well, find something. Maybe you can find something to guard where you don't have to kill people and eat greasy old grave diggers all day.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with guarding, isn't it? You're always going to have to kill somebody in order to guard it. Otherwise,
you could just hold them
exactly
helpless
right
until the authorities arrive.
There's no authorities.
That's the chaos way, young man.
Well, I am the authority. And the sentence is death. This is a death penalty case. And
I think you're being disingenuous, and I believe you are not arguing in good faith. I say good day to you, sir.
All right. You all continue on, or you all can continue argue with the giant pumpkin monster, but it is very committed to its job.
I hope Cackles' 10-foot pole gets stuck in its stupid jack-o'-lantern teeth.
Sorry, James.
Phillips is going to agree with him, with the monster, with his vast experience of being a guard himself, a caravan guard. He engages the monster on the subject of guarding and the philosophy thereof, thinking that he has, developed, that he has an advanced philosophy on this. He doesn't. He's an idiot. He's not actually an idiot. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. So he's going to try and philosophize with it on the nature of guarding and that, and see if it can win it over. He has no end position he's trying to argue to. He's just going to try and distract it, maybe? I don't know. Okay. He doesn't have a plan.
Sure. Roll a personality.
Okay. Personality 16. That's a nat 20.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
You are one charming guy.
Very.
See. Was this Philip?
Yeah.
Was this Philip with the sword?
With the sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sickly dying Giselle, seeing him make this argument, comes and leans on his shoulder admiringly.
Yes. His leather-clad shoulder. Yeah, he tells an anecdote, and it goes down well. So far as you can tell from a, jack-o'-lantern face with green flame coming out of between the teeth. So
yeah, you do get on quite well, actually. Your comrades. So Phillips realizes a few things. One, it is magically compelled to kill you. It is not going to stop. There is no way you can make it stop without killing it. And that it is the size of a carriage.
Yeah.
But you are you have a sense of where it is by keeping this conversation up. You know it's going to keep stalking you as you try and make your way up.
Yeah.
So you'll have you'll know in advance anytime it comes for you. But it is going to come for you. But it's also going to kill you one at a time, slowly, to try and. It believes in psychological warfare. So it's hoping that you'll eventually panic and give up. Rather than keep going. So, if you just let one peasant at a time get killed by it, the rest of you can get by. So, and there's only
excellent.
Well, but you'll have an advance notice. So as long as you're alive, you'll know, next time. So, but you work your way, all of you work your way into the secret chamber. You push past it's covered in debris, was, concealed from sight. But, thanks to that great nat 20, you were able to spot it from the outside. You find yourself in a gloomy chamber that smells like autumn leaves after a heavy rain. The chamber is lit by several of the same strange glowing creatures you saw in the main chamber, contained in a hand-woven cage that hangs in the center of the room. The room is full of debris, and walking around it will be difficult. To your far left, you see a shadowy passageway, slightly curved as it runs along the interior wall of the huge chamber you just left. In several places down that wall, a tiny breach allows a ray of strange light from the main room to shine in. It is a main chamber, or this is just it is a linear path mostly, right? But you can just continue on unless you want to search the place.
Oh no, we're checking for traps.
Okay. Give me probably.
So what does lucky sign Fox's cunning find disable traps +0 mean?
You can roll intelligence or agility for that and add your luck bonus as well.
Okay. Neither one of those is that great. And her luck bonus is not that great. But got a natural 20 searching for traps.
Oh my god.
All right.
There are no traps. There are so not any traps.
There are traps.
Possible for there to be.
There's also sentinels. So you spot both of them.
Can I lure the sentinels into the traps?
The sentinels were probably set by the traps. There's a tripwire trap in the hallway up ahead, leading up to a vertical shaft. So basically, the passageway curves around to the left, and then there's a big vertical shaft going up. But in that hallway before the vertical shaft, and the vertical shaft has a bunch of ladders, right? And so you have to go up eventually. But basically the setup is there's two sentinels, and they have a tripwire path, or there's a tripwire in the middle of the hallway leading to the vertical shaft. So the sentinels don't know that you know where they are. And you can spot the tripwire now, and you don't know what it does, obviously, but it's definitely a trap. So you know where their little hiding spots are, so you can go up to one and just do and then shank them. You could call them out. You could but you what do you want to do? You can go back to your comrades and huddle around and
we'll huddle up in this massive rugby scrum of peasantry and say, well, what if we brace ourselves for it, set the trap off, and then when they charge us, they'll think we're not ready for them, but we'll actually be ready for them. Eh?
What are these sentinel things?
So just rush them?
No. Force them to rush us while we're like in cover waiting for them.
Try and lure them to you?
Yes, lure them into an ambush.
How would you lure the sentinels?
By tripping the trap.
Okay, yeah.
And then they'll think, oh, there's someone there. Now they've been injured by the trap, and we can dispose of them at our leisure.
Okay. All right, yeah. How do you want to trigger the trap?
Well, there's trash, right?
Yeah.
Gotta throw a piece, get a chunk of wood, throw it at the line.
Okay.
It's a tripwire.
All right.
It's sensitive.
Yeah.
So, but first we're all taking cover. Ambrietta is getting so that she's concealed in cover, aiming down the hallway with the bow and arrow ready. Charles is standing to the side of the doorway in concealment with his staff ready to give someone a smack. And Giselle's gonna throw the trash. Everyone else get hidden. Be prepared to conduct this ambush. I'm gonna throw it, and then I'm gonna act like I'm startled and running away. Everybody ready?
All right, roll agility to throw trash to trigger to cut the tripwire.
It's a 19.
Okay. You do that. A bunch of rocks fall from the ceiling. Wooden debris.
Oh no! I've been injured by these stones. I must withdraw. Oh, I hope no doughty guards come and strike me in my back as I flee.
I do not like how you're saying this.
The two sentinels come out. They're wearing ragged clothing. You would, if you were to guess, there are probably other people lured in here and from another expedition, and they've just been trapped here. But or maybe not. They look human-ish. It's kind of hard to tell. But they go over to investigate the trap. And so anybody with a ranged weapon can make an attack. If you just want to ambush them.
Wang. That's a 13.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
2.
What'd you get for damage?
2.
2. Okay, I thought I said ooh.
No, I mean it's basically the same.
All right, did anybody else make any range attacks from any of you?
Who had the quills?
I would think a quill. What
With a quill at his ass.
Dead
A quill is a 13 with the quill.
Yeah, that hits. 1d3 for damage. Screw it. Yeah.
You've been
Quill
quilled,
for
baby.
2.
All right, one of them goes down. The same one. He's hit with an arrow and a quill. There's one left. All right. Gareth, you can roll one of your characters to attack first.
Yeah. And
They're very surprised.
sprints forward and hits. Who's hand axe?
Okay. The AC is 11, so...
Yeah, he rolled a 16. 4 damage.
Oh, yeah. That drops the other one. They have makeshift spears that do 1d6 damage. There are 2 of them.
Oh, I'm totally swapping out this staff for that.
They're...
Unless anybody else wants a spear.
Yeah.
Anybody?
I mean, there are 2 of them, right? I think Lassie would prefer to have that over a club if possible.
All right, for chaos.
All right. So, Phillips, when you come to the vertical shaft, there's a bunch of ladders, and each ladder leads to a little platform and then goes up to another ladder. So you're just taking 3 ladders in succession to get to the top of this. That's how tall it is. You also learned the name of this being. It is the Cur Maxima.
Okay.
Cur Maxima is waiting outside the shaft. It can kind of hear you. It has got its little pumpkin head pressed up against the wall. So you're guessing, if you were Cur Maxima, you've developed a rapport with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It would probably wait until about half of you get up, and then it's going to punch through the wall and grab one of you and pull them out and eat them. And then you can see at the top the vertical shaft terminates in some big chamber, so you can't really tell anything about the chamber. It is
So
all
right,
Maxima, it is 2 words.
Anybody have thoughts on dealing with Cur Maxima? The best I've got is throw a thing of oil at it. We got 3 left, and then whip a torch at it, and then shoot it with the bow
And the quills.
Yeah, the quills that'll add some pepper.
It might be allergic to them or something.
Oh, that would be the best. That would be fucking amazing.
So you just want to try and have a normal fight with it.
Sturge quills, my one weakness.
No.
What a world.
I think our chances of a regular fight.
How did you know?
Can we work out a way to drop some rocks on it or something?
You don't really see a way right now to do that. If you get to the top of the vertical shaft, you might be able to get enough height to do that.
If we do,
but you're still pretty low to the ground, right? Like you haven't climbed up that high. You've only gone up like maybe 1 story so far. So
the stonemasons will be able to drop rocks.
Well, they can get above it, but they aren't.
They're each carrying 10 pounds of stones.
You can try and sneak past it. If you're all very quiet, maybe it won't be able to tell when you go up. Yeah,
sneak rolls.
Well, we can send the dwarves sneaking up first, and we could make noise down here so that it can hear us down here, and that covers the noise of them climbing. And then we'll very loud. Okay, now we got to go in stages so that we can catch each other if we fall, and then we'll trick it, and when it comes through, they'll drop the rocks, and we'll shoot it and set it on fire.
That's great.
So you have to send the dwarves up first.
Okay.
All right. So if the dwarves are going first, are they sneaking?
Yeah. Dirk is absolutely adamant that he is going first.
All right. So basically, the way this is going to work is it's going to start at DC 6. And then every person going up is going to add 2 to the DC, the difficulty.
Okay.
So,
I probably should have checked for traps first, huh? I'm sure it's fine.
Go ahead and give me that first one. DC 6. Sorry,
okay.
Gareth.
In that case, Turp's going to push himself forward and say, I'm a dwarf. If it gets easier for the first people.
Okay. So DC 6, I need to roll above a 6.
Yes.
Okay.
6 or above.
6 or above, and I get my agility modifier on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, which is +1. That would be a 13, 14. Yay! Dirk is
all
up
right.
there.
He is.
Up that ladder like a ringtail.
Okay.
beaver.
So, before we do anything else, you probably know what Dirk sees. Because Dirk goes up the ladders. There's sort of a trap door that you push up. Actually, no, it just kind of opens up. There's no trap door, but this is a long, low chamber with an offensive odor of too many humans living together in too small space.
Ooh.
Light comes in from several tiny holes in the wall. Around the room is a ragged group of humans, adult men and women, in overworn clothing, unkempt and filthy. There is a dwarf here, a single dwarf, as ragged as the rest, but wearing a rusty suit of scale mail. The dwarf sits at a low table against the interior wall, his back to the shaft. There are sleeping pallets around the room, a small cooking area partitioned off by a low circle of blackened rocks, several hanging bundles, and 2 woven cages holding the glowing giant insects you saw in the main chamber. So there is a group of these people. It looks like a dozen or so, dozen humans plus 1 dwarf.
Oh, okay.
So
Dirk's going to go and talk to the dwarf. In dwarf.
All right. He turns. Oh my God! Oh my God! Another dwarf!
Yeah.
Join us, brother.
There's a group of us. We came from up the shaft. What are you doing here?
Well, we are here to decide who is weakest. You I am Carlos Gend. I am leader of this group. We decide who looks weaker to you, this one or that one. He points to two of them that look as equally filthy and disgusting to you.
Right. Let me guess. Woman in blue, dangly heads, big banquet, invisible bridge, all of that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, us too.
Yes, we got stuck here. We were unable to. We got escaped from the Cur Maxima, and but we were unable to progress forward. We're now I hate the lady in blue. I wish I'd stayed in the mines and never wished for anything better for my life.
Yes, we're not quite at that stage yet, but we're getting there.
But yes, you must join us. Tell me who is weakest. Who looks weaker to you?
Well, I've got some companions who I think might be able to help you make a judgment call on that one. Hold that thought.
Give me a personality check.
Okay. Personality 13. And that would be a 9.
Do you want to spend luck? It is a DC 12.
Oh, DC. Okay. Yes, I will spend luck. I have 11 luck, so I will spend. What is that? 3 points of luck. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Oh yes, bring them up here. Yes. We can sort to see who's weak in your group, and I was getting hungry anyway. Yes.
Right. Okay.
These dudes are cannibals, and they're figuring out who's going to be dinner.
Okay. My first thought was
they were
working out who they were going to feed to the Kamaxima, but no, it's who they're going to feed to each other. Right. Okay. I'm going to go back.
And you can't help that. I'm sure he's thinking, oh, either one of those two could kick Ambrietta's ass.
So you realize if you stay too long in here, this probably place mutates you or it does something to you. The magical radiation of this place is pretty bad. You can go back down. You made your original agility check and sort of tell the rest of the group before.
Essentially, we seem to have been sent here, my guess would be, as food for the Kamaxima. I suspect that regular food is required to keep it going. There's a bunch of nutters up there. They want to eat each other, and possibly us as well. I told them that we'd be up anytime soon. I do not recommend that we go up there. I mean, we could, but I don't think there's a way through.
The Cure Maxima.
Well, that's the only way up. That's the thing. You have to go your way up. Sorry, V. Yeah.
Can we perhaps feed the cannibals to the Cur Maxima?
Oh, I like the cut of your jib, young lady.
Laura smiles.
That's a stupendous suggestion.
The idea occurs to you if you bring some of the cannibals down, that would the Cur Maxima could hear the people moving, but he can't tell who's who, right? So like he could grab a cannibal by mistake instead of one of you. So you'd have to figure out how would you lure cannibals down here?
And Laura's going to look at Hester and Ambrietta and just be like, you're both sick, yes? And if we, obviously, cannibals would like to eat with as little complication as possible, I'm sure. So, of course, if we offer sick folk and say, oh, unfortunately, we can't possibly bring them up, but if you come down here, of course you can have them, yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure I like what's been implied here.
Hester agrees with you, by the way. Hester's not really down for this plan either.
Doki's just going to go, you humans are fucking insane. I think the magic of this place has got to you already.
Laura is an elf, to be clear.
You all look the same to me.
So.
There's got to be a better solution that doesn't involve...
Laura's going to pout when you say that. And she'll just throw her hands up like, well, if you have any better ideas, you can say them, but I don't hear you offering up anything or anybody. And she'll just kind of like
Giselle
look
is
at
wrapping
Hester
herself.
again.
She's like, well, no, obviously telling them, oh, well, we have some people who they can't make that climb. You're going to have to come down and get them. They're so weak. That'll lure them in.
Yes, exactly.
But,
yes.
But then, once they get down here, we need to drop the rocks on the Cure Maxima. Or on them.
Or
we could loosen the ladders so that when they come down, the whole thing just falls. And then, rebuild them afterwards.
All right, somebody can lure them down with a personality check if you go up there.
Yeah,
so,
Phillips suggests.
Oh, Laura's happy to do that.
Okay.
Laura's got a decent personality.
As is Phillips.
so.
Phillips also suggests that, once you get a certain number of them are down the ladders, why not just push the rest of them down the shaft? He has a sword. I remember this time I was guarding a caravan. Did I ever tell you this one?
Oh, all right, so Phillips and which character was it, V?
Laura,
head up.
Charles is getting loosening the ladders so it'll be easy to knock them out.
Okay.
When they come to eat his wife.
First off, Philip and Laura.
He's got an iron spike, so he's equipped.
You know that the Kermax was waiting for enough of you to go up the ladder at once for him to strike, so he doesn't strike at two of you by yourselves. So the two of you go up, and you can make your pitch. V, why don't you roll? You get a +2 bonus because Philip is assisting you.
Make them think it's their idea.
Yeah.
Well, I only rolled a 10.
Okay.
With all the bonuses.
Okay. Do you want to spend luck?
Yeah. What do I have to? How much do I have to spend?
I'll say it's another 2. It's a DC 12. This is the little...
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll spend that luck. Yeah.
All right. So you spend 2. Yeah. You feel like you're pushing your luck, but you manage to convince the Carlos Gind, the leader of the cannibals, to like, oh yes, we'll help you get those sick people up here. We'll have them for stewing anytime, and you can join us. Yes, we can make room for you. We can. Yes.
The trick, of course, with the luck spend, the trick was, it's the problem is we just can't do it ourselves, and of course, it would love to, but alas and alack.
So several of the cannibals come down there, and at this point, Kerr Maxima, what happens is pretty much utter chaos. So the cannibals are coming down. Philip and Laura, are you staying up there, or are you going to go down?
Staying up. Well, Philip's staying up with the intention of pushing some of them down the shaft, because he's just...
All right, so a group of the cannibals are coming down. Kerr Maxima hears all this commotion, isn't sure what's going on, so he says, fuck it. Punches his way through, and the cannibals start screaming. Everyone is very excited, and everyone just roll initiative for your squad. Let's see what actually
17.
15.
Yeah.
16.
Whoa.
9.
Unfortunately, he got a 20, so he has a +3 bonus. However, I'm going to roll separately for the cannibals. The cannibals do not have an initiative bonus because they are. Let's see here. They roll a 15. Yep. Yeah. Dicebot is bloodthirsty. What can I say? So let's see here. Kerr Maxima punches his way through. And he's going to spend actually the first round just figuring out who's who. Because he is not interested in the cannibals. He's interested in the new intruders.
Oh, man.
So, but he does not do anything this round. There's so much motion and chaos going on that he doesn't know what's going on. Does anyone have above a 15 on initiative?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
16.
Oh. All right. So, James, what'd you get?
I got 17.
All right. So 17. Your squad is up first.
Well, Phillips is up at the top still. Is there anything just around the edge of the rim that he could drop down onto Kerr Maxima, including other cannibals?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, definitely the cannibals. They're
pushes
all
a cannibal down the shaft to impact with Kerr Maxima.
All right, give me a strength check to throw a cannibal.
8, and he rolls 15.
All right, 15 is enough.
Nice.
Roll d6.
He's motivated.
That is how much damage a cannibal does.
Cannibal does 3 points of damage. Plummeted.
Yeah, it explodes. They're not a whole lot of holding them up together, but yeah, the limbs go flying, entrails scatter, and it screams at, the goop falls over its pumpkin eyes, which apparently does see through. So it will have a penalty to attack. So good job. Yeah, next character.
Oh, mine. The rest of mine are down at the bottom.
They can't climb the ladders.
They can't climb the ladders. They don't have missile weapons. They can.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to. Okay. They'll leave it to the people with missile weapons and initiative. And
it does occur to you, you are
initiative.
vulnerable as long as you're in this shaft. If you don't get up, eventually he's going to be able to find you. The Kerr Maxima is going to
That's
have
a
range.
good point.
Yeah.
Bosch, in that case, I think he's going to make a run for it up the shaft.
All right, agility.
Bosch is the one who is very stupid and almost as bad at agility. He has an agility of 6 and an intelligence of 5. So, of course, he's going to go up the ladder without realizing he's going to be bad at it. He rolls the 20.
All right.
God.
Yeah, well, he may be dumb, he may be slow, but he's motivated.
Yeah,
And he
It's
flies
not like
up the,
he's never climbed a ladder before.
Yeah, he gets to the top of the shaft in this round. Like, he is just on fire.
Okay.
He just takes it and leaps and back. He's just wall jumping. Like, it is impressive. What's your any other characters?
Dirk's not going to let Bosch get a lead on him on anything. He's going to follow, and he rolls 11 with an agility of 13.
All right, so he's up the ladder. He's about halfway.
Yeah.
He'll be able to get it on his next round if he's still around.
Okay.
So, there were 12 cannibals. One of them is definitely dead. Carlos is in the back. He's not leading. He leads from the back. 3 of the cannibal, I'll say 4 of the cannibals are on various parts of the ladder going down to get the sick people. And they actually probably some of them are already dead because when the Kerr Maxima fucking Kool-Aid manned his way, 2 of them went flying and are dead.
Oh yeah.
So 3 cannibals are already dead. Next up is V, your characters.
Oh gosh. Okay. Awesome. Yes. So Laura, I think, is gonna follow suit and going to try and shove a nearby cannibal.
All right. Yeah. That is strength.
Yeah.
That is brute force.
Oh no. Well, Laura just nat one.
Okay. Well, Laura is shoved in return and goes toppling over the side.
No.
So let's see how much damage Laura takes when she strikes the pumpkin.
Does she at least do as much damage?
Oh yeah,
when
2
she hits
damage.
it?
Does Laura survive?
Oh yeah. Laura's beefy. Weirdly.
You dent the pumpkin and go wang off the
Whoa.
Dense little half
Yeah.
thing.
Any items you're holding are now somewhere. You don't have them anymore. If they were not in your hands, they're still all, if they're in a belt or something, they would still be with you. But yeah. She'll be able to act next round, but yeah, she's on the middle platform, I'll say, just right in front of the thing. Real bad. Okay. So who's next?
So the next one, seeing this, is actually going to be Lassie, because you know what Lassie has? Lassie has a grappling hook. So can I try and throw the grappling hook to make it easier for Laura to get back next round?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Agility or strength, I'd use
Where'd
either
you
one.
get a grappling hook?
I've just one of the random starting equipments I got. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Lassie's a vagrant. She's got her ways. Okay, so that unfortunately was only an 8. What would I need to make that work? I'm willing to spend some luck.
I would say DC 11, so you 3 points of luck.
Lassie doesn't have a lot of luck, so let's do it. Why not? It's there to spend it. Yes,
right.
I will spend that to make it.
All right, you throw the rope with the grappling hook up there. There's now a rope all the way up to the top of the shaft. So yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any character can use that. So, do you have any other characters left?
Hester, I think, is the last one, but Hester's not doing great, and this is just a lot. So I think Hester's gonna book it actually and try and get up the shaft.
Yeah, agility.
Motherfucker, that's a 7. It's not a 1, but it's a 7. It's not great.
Yeah, you're kind of not. You're making some progress, but the ladder's just starting to get crowded. The little platforms are starting to get. All right. So then the cannibals go at a 15. And so let's see here. The cannibals know that you're hostile. There's 2 cannibals in the ladders area. So one of them is gonna
How is it handled when we tied for initiative?
Players go first. All right, yeah, you can go first.
Aha! All right. Well, we're concentrating on Kier, but so Giselle and Charles are both gonna try and huck a thing of oil into its mouth again, because that worked. That worked last time. That worked very well last time. And here's a natural 20, and then a 5.
All right, 5 damage on it. It is now on fire again.
No.
Sorry.
Natural. The 5 was the 2 hit.
Oh, okay.
It's natural 20, so it's another d6, and then a crit.
Wait, your attack
5
roll was a
points
5,
of
or your yeah.
Okay, so Giselle got the natural 20
to throw oil on the thing
to throw, and Charles got a 5 to throw.
Oh, okay, so one of them
not
hit.
very
Okay.
athletic.
All right, so yeah.
But that hit was a crit that did 5 points of damage. And whatever the crit result is.
Let me just roll a d20. One of its tendrils catches on fire and is hampered by it. It takes an additional point of damage.
Sweet.
And it is hampered, so yeah. But it has 7 more limbs, so yeah.
And then Ambrietta is gonna shoot it with an arrow.
Okay.
While screaming something about it being a rude gourd. That is a 15.
That actually does hit.
Oh, it's a 1.
All right. Well, yeah.
Get back to the garden, you rude gourd.
It is a very rude gourd. So, is that all your characters?
That's all 3 of the survivors.
All right, the cannibals are going to act.
I don't suppose any of them are going to try and fight their ancestral enemy.
No, they've made an accord now. Like, once you get mutated, you give up trying to break in. They don't care about each other anymore. So
an accord with the gourd.
Yeah, an accord with the gourd.
Oh my
god. Just for that, they're not going to attack Gareth's characters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun defense.
Wait, I've got one solved by the sword. Ah, shit.
All right, the 2 ones in the shaft are going to go after sick characters. Who had a sick character?
Oh, me, the poor Hester.
Yeah,
Hester and
Ambrietta. So this is against Hester. Natural 1. All right, he attacks, slips, falls, and breaks his neck. He is yeah. Against Ambrietta with a 4, which also misses horribly. So
yeah, fuck these cannibals.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are still 7 cannibals up top. Or actually, yeah, there's 1 on the ladder now. So plus the dwarf. So the dwarf is not doing anything. He's just ordering his people to attack. And they are very hungry, so they're going to go after Philip and Laura up top. So this is going to be
Laura is on the pumpkin. Laura fell.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it's just Philip.
Sorry,
yeah. Philip is surrounded, so I'm only 3 of them are going to be able to reach you. But you got that armor, so you're fine. Well, that 15 would probably hit you, or does it?
In that case, yes, it hits him.
A melee 1d4, so he does 3 exactly.
Whoa, he's on 0 then.
Yep. He falls unconscious.
Ooh.
So he falls down, and then they are not going to eat him yet because they need to. There's more prey to get. So yeah, that is it for the cannibals. 14, 13. Let's see. Well, I guess it's just the remaining 2 players. So James, you can go next.
Okay. I'm trying to think where everyone is. Phillips is unconscious. Bosch is up at the top. Dirk is halfway up, not being attacked, so he's going to...
Oh, wait, no, you already acted this round, didn't you?
Oh, I did, yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Sorry, it's Gareth, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Gareth.
Right. To clarify what's going on, the evil gourd, the Kermax, was smashed in through the wall, and the main shaft is on the far side of it, isn't it?
Because obviously it's in the main chamber, and this whole tunnel is inside the walls of the hive.
Yeah. And Clubbuck, being a woodcutter and familiar with how to remove ivy growth and so forth, what you do is you cut at the top and let its own weight drag it down. So he's going to try hewing heroically at where the evil gourd is hanging on to, in the hope that'll fall down.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I'd say that's going to be a pretty heroic thing to do. I'm going to say it's a DC 18 attack check. If you make that though, he will fall out.
Yeah. No.
Spend your luck, fool.
Yeah.
He could spend luck. Maybe have 2 luck then. Yeah, it's late, as James said. Yep, I will spend. He will lunge forward, blasting his luck down to 2 to get it up to 18.
Nice.
Yeah, you get it. He falls out.
Yay.
It will hurt him a bit, but he let's see, I'd say D10 damage. Oh shit, 10 damage, damn. He's still alive though.
Jerk Christ.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to kill this thing. You're supposed to run from it. But I guess if you throw enough peasants at it, yeah.
Meanwhile, Wembley, we've 1 cannibal alive still, don't we?
One in the shaft, and then there's like 6 up top.
Yeah,
plus the dwarf.
The one in the shaft will be punked by Wembley. He'll miss. Cellophid will try throwing yet another quill, and rolls best at the table, and miss completely. And turn up, feeling that anything other than being in a fight is the better part of valor, will just screw up the ladders. He's aware that people are on the ladders, but he is light and agile. You just use people as ladders. So he's going to climb to the top.
Yeah.
With his agility 14, he should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
He gets
That's
to the
me.
top.
Back to James.
New round.
Back to
James. Yeah, the Cur Maxima is gone. It is stunned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bosch was had just arrived, I think, at the top of the shaft. He looks around, goes, "What's going on?" He has intelligence 5. He's not quick on the uptake. Dirk, following up behind him, presumably arrives at the top of the shaft this turn, but doesn't get an action. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And Grundig is waiting at the bottom of the shaft for anything to come into range that she can hit with her shovel.
I think there's still 1 in the tunnel, I think, or in the vertical shaft.
Okay, she will hit it with her shovel. And that's a 5, so that's not going to happen.
All right, nope. All right, so yeah, the cannibals, even Bosch can kind of figure out, oh, these people want to eat us. When they start pulling out little shanks and have very hungry looks on their as they approach. So
okay.
Next up, yeah.
Is he allowed to
Yeah.
Should we just have him kind of go, I don't know what's going on up here?
No, he could definitely make an attack, yeah.
Okay, he's gonna try and throw someone down a shaft. That would seem to be a thing to do. He has strength 13. Which gives him +1, but if he rolls a 4, that's not going to do him any good at all.
So he misses. And yep. So I think next up was V.
Yeah, I have a very important question. What, based on what has happened, where is Laura now?
She's on the middle platform in the vertical shaft. She bounced off the pumpkin and was, not even stunned. She had hit points to spare. The pumpkin has been temporarily knocked off the wall of the hive. So
Yeah, so you could see why I had to ask that question. I needed to make sure that Laura was not down there with said pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Laura is going to try and scramble up.
All right. Agility.
There's the whatchamacallit, the grappling hook that hopefully might make it easier.
Oh, yeah.
That's
DC 10.
Okay, I'm gonna spend the 4 luck to make that.
There we go. Yeah. You make it up there. You can make an attack now. You shimmy up that rope really quick. You can actually grab one of the cannibals on the ankle and hoist them off.
Ooh, yes, I love that idea. I was gonna stab him with the dagger, but that's way more fun.
All right. Yeah. Their AC is 10, so yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, Actually, I
What,
think their AC
what were
is
you
9.
going to say? Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't change anything on my end.
Okay, yeah.
Problem is, they've all got like weird swelling cankles, and Laura's hands are just too dainty. She just cannot get a good grip.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunate.
Who's next?
At that point, it's Lassie. Lassie has a spear. So I think Lassie is going to try and position herself in such a way that she can use the spear to shove, like to stab cannibals and also maybe shove some out the hole.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Oh, that is a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Great. Awesome. And let me roll for damage.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 damage.
That's enough.
Great.
You spear one in the chest and topples over. Quite dead. So yeah. Any more characters?
Oh yeah, Hester. That's right. Hester's still kicking. Weirdly, I don't know how Hester's managing. Yeah, I think Hester is going to try and get the rest of the way up the shaft.
All right, agility.
Yep. Oh no. Okay, it's
not a natural one. You don't fall. Yeah.
No, it's just a dirty one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So
Hester's not making good time.
No, Hester's not. Definitely not a speed run. I think Greg, and then the cannibals, and then Gareth. So Greg.
All right. How many? Are there any cannibals left in the shaft?
I think there's still the one. They've missed several. It's like it was attacked with a shovel, but nobody hit it. So.
All right. Ambrietta is gonna take a shot at him. And by the way, I'd been forgetting her -1 penalty, so I've just sawed off a bunch of her luck.
Okay.
To retroactively.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
For that. And she gets a 12.
That is enough. Roll damage.
4 points.
Definitely dead. There are none are left in the vertical shaft. There's just some.
Okay,
up top.
so there's a hole with the stunned gourd at the
the
bottom.
gourd fell back down to the floor of the hive, so it
But there's a hole into. So if I could get up to the second shaft, I could throw my last thing of oil and keep it burning.
It'd be if it's still down there, if it's still in throwing range. It might have got if you want to do that for your character this round, sure. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay, and that would be agility.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Charles will try.
It's a ranged attack.
Grab the last thing of oil out of his wife's sack, scamper up there, and whip it good. Come on, Charles, it's hero time. That's a 5.
All right, that is not enough. Weirdly enough,
that is not hero time. Yeah, I'm not going to spend his luck.
All right, yeah, it would be a lot of luck.
Out of
you
oil.
would need 10 points of luck to hit that.
We're now just clink.
Yeah. Any other characters?
Giselle is just gonna start safely climbing. She's gonna help Ambrietta. The two of them are gonna help each other climb because they are both really in bad shape.
Yeah. Well, the cannibals have lost half their numbers, so they are going to make a morale check. Weirdly enough, they will not fight to the death. Maybe they will. And the natural one, they are broken. They are very scared. The cannibals
they throw down their weapons, sobbing. Just don't tell us the caravan story again.
Yeah, they scurry away. They're not. Carlos loses his hold on them. They cringe in the corner. They say, "Please, just go. You could go up this ladder here to try. If you're trying to free that wretched thing, go for it. I just don't want to die." Yeah.
Didn't Carlos have a sword and some armor?
He did have armor and an axe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's given those up, right?
No, he is not. He will fight to the death to protect those.
But it'll be one of him against like 9 of us.
Well, he gets an attack roll, so he could pop one of you at least. He could take someone with him.
What do you think, folks? Do we want an armored dude at our back, or do we let him go?
Oh, I don't want him to join us. Are you kidding? There's no way we can trust him. No way.
No. I'm not saying have him join us. I'm saying kill him and take his stuff.
Oh, well,
Oh.
yes, obviously do that. That's
As as per traditional chaos orthodoxy, we should be killing him and taking his stuff right now.
All right. Well, as you're all figuring this out, the cannibals hide are not going to defend their leader. Carlos is trapped. He has nowhere to go. And you can all get up to the chamber now, the cannibals' little camp.
So we're just gonna encircle this guy and now you could surrender your weapons and armor.
No, I'll die without them.
Well,
I'll take someone with me. So he's gonna go after your character. Which character was saying that, Greg?
Oh, that's obviously Charles.
All right, Charles is gonna be charged with a battle axe.
Oh god.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Teamwork now.
But he critically fails. Yeah, he just charges. Charles sidesteps, and you trip him, and he falls down the shaft.
Well, I
was,
suppose I'll be going down to recover our reward.
Yeah, give me an agility.
We have the grappling hook.
Oh, you do have the grappling hook. Yeah.
Just fish him out.
You find
And 100 feet of rope.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. So you can just slide down there, grab the battle axe, the rusty scale mail, and
Yeah.
there is a
Who
whetstone.
wants an axe? A what?
A wheatstone, yeah, sharpening thing.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the axe is probably pretty sharp.
Yeah.
right,
And give me an agility check though, because Cur Maxima is going to get up and
Oh no!
yep, your hubris. He can reach you in the vertical shaft.
That is a 16.
All right, so he will have a negative 5 on his attack. So yeah, he misses. You were nearly gotten by the pumpkin, but you managed to get up.
Right.
Basically, yeah, you climb up another ladder that leads up to another chamber with weaker and older people. These are basically so mutated they're no longer human looking. They have green skin, but they won't attack unless they are attacked. Yeah, you climb up further and further, and until you see the shaft continues another 60 feet until it enters a chamber 30 by 30 feet and opens to the huge main room of the prison. Several of the huge glowing insects buzz about, resting in the chamber for a moment before they fly off. So, in order to, and then there is the cage, and in the cage, there is a giant, from your vantage point, you look down on the woven cave and see its inhabitant. A wretched-looking creature, vaguely feminine, with dark green skin. She sits holding her knees and has what appears to be a green cloak around her shoulders. Are you here to torment me? Please have mercy. No more pain. Yeah, you would have to climb down from the branch to, try and open the cage to rescue her. Is anyone going to do that? Or Gareth? Or...
Again, can we use the grappling hook to lure us down?
Yeah, no, that was
Excellent.
absolutely.
Grappling hook at 100 feet of rope,
Yeah.
baby.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gareth, I'll just give your character just arbitrarily first shot. So it is a
Okay.
DC 11 strength check. Yep.
Strength.
Oh.
Oh,
I will send Kelvin
Yep.
down. Give me the strongest of my group. Oh, 21.
All right,
Damn.
so you start opening the cage,
Yeah.
and then you realize she tells you,
Yeah.
no, you must. There is a little opening, a hand-sized opening. You must insert your hand into the lock and accept the pain it brings to open it. So you manage to climb down the cage without falling off, and get to the little door. And this is what the
May I make a
captive
suggestion,
tells you. Yeah.
old chum?
Indeed.
Before you accept the pain, maybe secure the other end of the rope down there so it's easier for the rest of us,
Oh.
for the next person to come down to
Yes,
help you.
I'll secure the rope, but I'm going to accept the pain. Wembley, down here, please.
All right. Well, Wembley has to make a check if he's going to help you.
Yep, Wembley will try. And failed.
All right. Wembley needs to make a DC 13 reflex save, or he falls.
Oh, there's agility of 6.
Sorry, yeah.
That's a natural 1.
All right, Wembley falls. And Wembley it falls. You're right over the Titan, by the way. And Wembley, in a great cosmic irony, the Titan yawns just as Wembley falls and into the Titan's mouth, and is swallowed unknowingly by the great creature. So
the average Titan swallows 6 adventurers in their sleep over the course of their lifetime.
So yeah, your character could try and open the lock with a fortitude.
Someone else, please.
None of my guys have any kind of strength except Giselle's average.
Lassie can do it. Lassie's the herbo. This is what she's here for.
All right,
this is Lassie's.
All right,
moment.
it's a DC
So
11.
there's no way we can give her more help with the rope. I mean, it's secured at the top and bottom now. There's also the support of the chain that's holding the thing up.
Well, you have to get around to the side, which is not at the top. So in order to open get to the lock. Oh yeah, so
that's an 18. Yeah.
All right. You're going to open the lock? That is a fortitude save.
Okay. All right, let's do this. 17.
You take a point of damage. Are you still alive? All right.
Oh yeah, still alive.
It is excruciating pain. But you survive it and you stay conscious. So the door opens. And now you can say the name Dresda. Shrieks in ecstasy and flies out of the cage. What appeared to be her green cloak unfolds and becomes a pair of bat wings. She flies out of the cage in a massive release of arcane power. Absolutely obliterates the pumpkin. Cur Maxima is vaporized.
Not such a great pumpkin now, are you, bitch?
The shadow is burned into the wall. Like, it is so bright. Like, it is there's little time. You've never seen such power unleashed. She cackles with
They just start applauding.
Yeah,
it's like watching a fireworks show. Ooh.
She cackles with unholy glee. The demigod of chaos has now been unleashed.
I say for chaos.
The interior of the prison starts crumbling. Yeah, she also annihilates the Titan. But yeah, the hive starts collapsing. All of you should make agility checks.
Oh my god.
Oh
okay.
shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm gonna say a DC 12.
Okay. Giselle fails.
A natural 20 would let you save one additional character, unless they roll a natural 1.
Ambrietta fails.
Fail.
Charles saves. If I spend 4 points of luck to make it a dirty 20, can he save Ambrietta?
No. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Why not? So if your character can't spend enough luck to get to a DC 12 agility, they are trapped. I'll just go to each of you and ask you if any of you lose any of your characters, and you can kind of narrate what happens to them as they run out as the thing is shaking. Yeah.
I'll just let Giselle die. She will scream, "Philip, my love, save me!"
Yeah. And this Philip
does nothing.
Yeah, Philip does nothing.
Wait, my love, I don't feel comfortable with the direction this is taken, comrade at most.
Damn.
We're just work friends.
Damn.
You've misinterpreted some things.
Amazing. So, all right, so you lost one character, Greg.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, 2 total.
Yeah, well, yeah. Garrett, did you lose any from the hive collapsing?
I think that's certainly a TPK for me.
All of them? You didn't have enough luck to save any of them?
The 2 guys who had... Okay,
Yeah.
Angelabok has no luck left because he blew it all, killing the Her Maxima. Cellophane rolled really badly, and Turnip has luck 7 to start with, and he rolled not great.
Okay.
So I think that everyone's...
Well, these were agility checks, you remembered, right? Like, not
Yeah,
okay,
I know.
Okay. All right, yeah, all right. Don't worry, there's a chance they could actually still be saved. Greg lost some, Gareth lost everything. James,
Okay.
how did you fare escaping?
Dirk Brownstone perishes heroically trying to kill his cousin, trying to push him into the path of some collapsing debris. Miscues it and gets crushed by the debris. Phillipson rushes outside bearing his sword, pauses, goes, well, it looks like we got through it and triumphed, and is struck between the eyes by a pathetically small piece of debris that kills him outright. He rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Grundig
and then Giselle's body lands on top of it.
That would be it. Bosch and Grundig both make it out.
Okay. And then I think V, did you lose any?
Surprisingly, no. So Laura passed because Laura's Laura. So of course she was going to. Hester was not faring well. Probably tripped because again they're still sick, right? But here's the thing. Lassie got a nat 20, which means that Lassie, as Hester was falling, was able to grab her and get her down safely, and the three of them managed to escape.
Okay. So
Nice.
all of you head out of the entrance of the hive, and as you do so, there is a portal that leads you back to the windswept cliff. And the Lady Blue is there, with new severed heads. And yeah.
Do we recognize any of them?
Do you want to recognize any of them?
No!
Literally took the words out of my mouth there, Greg.
Oh, Doris, we hardly knew you.
Let's see here. None of you decapitated anybody in her name. And none of you.
She never told us her name.
Yeah, well, the Lady in Blue, and the none of you forsook. All of you agreed to go on the quest, so yeah, it's just different heads this time.
She's been busy.
She's been busy. The time is not right for me to confront our enemies directly. If I were to project my real form in this world, they would instantly be aware of my presence and could marshal all their forces for an attack. I'm not yet prepared for an answer, but have no fear. I'm already working on gathering my allies. The first of which is Dresta. How good it is to say her name aloud without fear of discovery. Soon our gathered power will be too great to resist, and then we shall strike and chase our enemies from reality itself. And on that day, my brave warrior allies, yours shall be the dominion of the world. This point, she creates the breach in reality that exposes the wheel of destiny. And
Hooey, rather.
Yeah. Storm in that reality is abated, so you're not just blown away by the hurricane. This strong wind, but not like hurricane strong. Rolling on the wheel of destiny. That is each character spins the wheel of destiny. You roll a d20, add your adding or subtracting your luck modifier as appropriate. Then anyone who ate the despoiled dishes at the start gets +1. The first person to step on the invisible bridge, if there's, I think that was Wembley, right? Yeah, and Wembley's quite dead, so no plus info. No one decapitated or dedicated a death to the Lady in Blue. Who opened?
She didn't even tell us. She didn't even ask for that.
No, that's not how this works.
You're the chaos
+2
dude. You should have known.
Yep. +2 to the character that opened the cage and freed Dresda.
Ooh, awesome.
No one talked about betraying the Lady in Blue or spoke the name of Dresda. We'll just do this. So basically, roll d20, add or subtract your luck modifier, or tell me if you're doing it. You don't have to do that. So we'll start. Well, Gareth had a TPK.
Wait, what do you mean you don't have to add or subtract your luck?
No, you do have to if you roll, but you don't have to roll.
Why would you not roll?
Well, I mean, we'll find out. So yeah. All right. So looks like V rolled. So let's do one character at a time. Which first character?
So that's Lassie, and with her +2, but then -1, it turns to be a 15.
15. Significant changes to the character's star. You receive a permanent +1 to your luck score, and re-roll your birth augur and lucky roll, but may choose the new roll or keep the old one. If they choose to keep the new roll, their age and appearance. If you choose to keep the new one, you change your age and appearance. You can either add or subtract 1d12 months to your age and cause minor physical changes, higher hair or eye color, slight adjustment to height, and so forth. So, yeah.
Cool.
Next character.
The next one, poor Hester. We end up with a 4.
A 4. History is rewritten. The character had managed to ignore the summons of the Lady in Blue and goes back to their normal life as if they never responded to those dreams or participated in this adventure. One of the characters that died during this adventure is brought back to life in their place with the same rules. So, Garrett, one of your characters comes back. Which one is it?
Excellent.
Yeah.
I shall roll. It is Sullivan, Sarados, the Elven Barrister.
All right, the Elven Barrister. And you can choose if you want the Elven Barrister to roll.
Oh, God, yes. 20, and he gets a 19.
19. All right.
Yeah.
Major changes to your stars. You receive a +2 to your luck score. Reroll your birth augur and lucky roll twice and choose which of all 3, including one you already have, to keep. Obviously, if it's a campaign, this would matter a lot more.
Yep.
You can also choose one of your ability scores and re-roll it, keeping the new score if it is higher than the old one. Your identity changes significantly. The age, plus or minus 1d4 years. They might be from a new family, city, or a different country, and can have major physical changes. So they may even have a new name. So you could think about that. And we could deal with that later. But going back to V for your last character.
Yes, Laura got a 10.
Minor changes. +1 to luck. You must re-roll your birth augur and lucky roll. This change is permanent. You can then add and subtract age and height and that kind of thing. So yeah, a little change to your stars. So who's next?
All right.
Let's see. Greg, did you have any?
Yeah, well, hand in hand, Ambrietta and Charles go into it. Modifiers never go below -2, do they? Because their luck is all spent out.
Yeah. I think it's just -2.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
It's a 3 and a 4.
Okay, they're both rewritten from history. They never went on there. You bring back 2 characters. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's Cackles and McBulb.
Yeah,
but it could be Doris, who died first. Think about this. It could be Doris.
Cackles and McBulb are right in front of me.
Oh my God, Greg!
I'm gonna split it. You get Cackles back, but Doris also goes back.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you can roll for them too.
All right. I'll roll for Cackles, and you can roll for who was it?
Doris.
Yeah.
Doris.
I don't even
Miscabel.
remember Doris.
Doris was eaten by birds. By the bird.
She gave her life valiantly, Greg. How dare you?
Yeah. It's well, Mr. Cackles got a 15.
Significant changes. +1 to luck. Reroll your birth and lucky, but may choose to keep the new one or keep the new or the old one. You get to choose. And you get to change your age and appearance slightly. So
all right, he's no longer old, Mr. Cackles.
Yeah, he's younger. He's a year younger.
He's now middle-aged, Mr. Cackles.
What about Doris?
Doris got an 11.
Minor changes. +1 to luck. Changes as before. So yeah.
Cool.
Let's see who's left. James.
Yep. Neither Grundig nor Bosch actually spent any luck at all. So they get straight rolls. Bosch rolls a 12. That's unexciting.
Minor changes to your stars. So yeah, +1 to luck.
And Grundig, hang on, is this 17 or a 19? 19.
All right, major changes.
Ooh.
+2 to luck. Reroll. You get to reroll twice and pick which of the 3 you want.
Ooh.
Plus or minus 1d4 years. You could be a different. You could be pick a different class if you want. You could be from a new family, new city. Yeah, you get your change. Your identity changes significantly. Sorry,
she likes being a ditch digger.
Okay,
All right. There's space to think as a ditch digger.
Not even like the supervisor of the ditch diggers. You want to be there.
None of this invisible bridge nonsense. Though she did like decapitating a sturge with a shovel.
Well,
you'll think about that.
Oh wait, you got a +1 to it then, because you did decapitate. Well, you didn't dedicate it.
Well, I hit it with it, you know.
Oh no,
That's
you know,
right.
it just says who beheaded an opponent during the adventure. So yeah, I'll say you could choose if that you want that or stars completely change. The player
let's go with
also
stars
chooses a
complete.
new occupation, as if you had been there your entire life.
Wow.
Humans could also become elves. Yeah, you can
Okay.
basically become a different person if you want, or you could just be a ditch
So
digger.
can you wait? Where's the list of professions? Is erotic assassin on there?
No, it is not.
And they call this old school.
But yeah, this would be like all your surviving characters can now gain a character class level because you've been on this massive adventure. But yeah, you survived, and only a few of you were erased from reality and replaced with other characters.
Well, I mean, it sounds like Charles and Ambrietta just went back to just rewound the tape to their normal lives of maintaining order at the chaos and coastermongering.
Yeah, none of you got one or less, which is history's rewritten. The character's now dead, and one of the characters has brought back. Basically, yeah, one of you utterly gets erased on the worst possible result. Instead of just being ignored the adventure and living out somewhere, you're just dead, and someone else is living in your place. So, yeah,
It's very,
yeah,
it's very Morgborg, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah,
It's very Morkborg.
it's very adjacent to that. Yeah, the peasant funnels are meant to be wacky. Gonzo over the top pulp, yeah, I know some of you, it may be very late. If you want to go, that's fine. If not, we could have a discussion about this. And, Greg, James, and I will have a discussion of this in the season 3 opener. But for our guest, actually, though, before you go, Gareth, did you have any thoughts? I hope you enjoyed it, at least.
I did. No, it was old school fun, like. No, all good.
Great. And V?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be like bloodier. Like I was expecting us to like limp out of there, but like Laura took 2 damage, Lassie took 1, like Hester didn't take any. Like, yeah, we lost Doris, but like when you were like, yeah, it's a meat grinder, I was like, yeah, let's do this. And it like for some reason it did like I was expecting more.
Ladies and gentlemen, V the Killer Dungeon hipster. Oh, yeah. I mean, a 50% attrition rate. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
Half
well.
of you did die. Yeah, so that's
Okay, but like at the end, I guess that was it, right? Like you just like it was like one check to like try and wipe out everybody, but I don't know. I guess I just like it was still really, really fun. Like don't think I did not have fun, because I absolutely had fun. I was surprised because I was expecting it to be slightly more perilous, but it was great. It's great. I love these characters. They're wonderful. They're going to stay with me forever.
Oh, yeah, I did give you like the getting the Nat 20 to talk to the Kerr Maxima, and then being able to figure out what he was going to do. That was something I improvised. Like normally he would just be ambushing you and ripping you apart. Like you would not, you just would have gone up the vertical shaft. You just popped out like Kool-Aid Man and like grabbed somebody. And then that would have alerted the people in the chamber above, and then you had a brawl with a dozen cannibals, and that would have been very bloody. But you rolled well. You made fairly intelligent plans when you had access to information. Like you didn't stumble on the tripwire,
that is true.
Yeah, that was lucky, actually.
Yeah.
What would have happened if we had stumbled on the tripwire? Just because I'm curious.
It's like D10 damage and like alerted all the cannibals. It would have alerted the sentinels. The sentinels would have alerted the cannibals up there, and then they would have waited for you to come up the ladder, because you have to go up the ladder.
Sure.
It's a very linear dungeon. You have to get up top.
Yep.
There's only one way up top, and so it would have been a very unfair fight. And there are like random encounters if you'd gone into the forest to look around more. There's a lot of monsters in there. So
I'm guessing a lot of monsters with no treasure.
Nope. No, some of them do, but not many. Yeah, there's not much in the way of treasure. Garrett, you were saying something?
There was a whetstone.
Yeah.
There was a whetstone. Excellent treasure.
Oh yeah, the whetstone was actually magical. It would have given you bonus damage if you had used it, but at this point it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any way to get up the central shaft without the secret tunnels?
No, that's the only way. Like your peasants, you don't have
Right.
a magic spell or anything. It's just that it is it is a convention scenario, a very linear dungeon because
Yeah.
you get you from point A to point B in 4 hours or less. So yeah,
Fun though.
Yeah.
So super fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was great. I was amazed how much we got out of those very, very basic characters without, a kind of new school character generation system to create interrelationships and back histories. No, we just made that shit up.
Yeah.
And it was great. That was really fun. And then we didn't care if they died.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. I'm like, I did not really experience a lot of bleed here.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like the rollover rule lets you like give you, like I said, a bit of survivability, and like people like scrappy underdogs, and so like if you're just a peasant whose starting equipment is a chicken or a stick, right? You're like, yeah, come on, but you're like, well, that when he gets exploded by a monster, it's like, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like it's
That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, Ambrietta went through the whole thing with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
God, wow.
Uno.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good girl, Ambrietta. Good
I
girl.
mean, it's also why you all get 4 characters, right? So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's only so many monsters, but like if they actually connect, you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah. But yeah, no, I really do like how you really like develop these characters from just these very basic sketches of like who they are in life.
Well, did I develop the character, or did I just have a different funny voice for each one, and all of them profoundly inconsistent?
I gotta tell you, Charles reminded me of the professor from Gilligan's Island.
My God, because I was aiming for Thurston Howell from Gilligan's Island.
There you go.
Yeah, it's very good. Well, thank you all, and again, we'll have links in the show notes for Queen's Court Games and Gareth's website. And thank you so much for being on the show. It was a lot of fun, and this concludes season 2 of Ludonarrative Dissidents.
Woo! What a great season!
Yeah, we will come back with episode 0 of season 3. Will be about Hole in the Sky, and we will talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye.